And we are live. Welcome back, everybody. This is Crit and Miss. You are watching Shadows of Despair, our very first Call of Cthulhu live stream, featuring all of your favorite role players. I was going to say D&D role players, but this isn't D&D. This is something else entirely. Guys, everyone is back. If you watched the session 0 of Call of Cthulhu, you got a little bit of a sneak peek of all of the players and a little bit of the system as well. If you're not familiar with Call of Cthulhu, it is a tabletop role-playing game that is currently being published by Chaosium. Is that how you pronounce it, Keeper Alicia? Sure. And it is a different type of role-playing game, if you're familiar with Dungeons & Dragons and all that kind of thing, which uses like a 20-sided dice system in which you roll a 20-sided dice and you want to roll above a certain amount. This is flipped the other way around. Now we're going to be using 100-sided dice and we want to roll below a certain amount. And also the names are a little bit different. As you can see in all of our little name tags that I have on everyone's camera feeds, we are not adventurers, we are not heroes, we are investigators. Like this, investigators, you can see it right there. So, and instead of a dungeon master, we have a keeper. Over there. Now, before we get started with tonight's game, let's go around the table very quickly, introduce ourselves again for those people who haven't seen the first episode. Let them know who you are, maybe a little bit about your tabletop role-playing game experience, and tell them as well what character you're going to be playing and maybe just like a rough outline of your character. Maybe just a couple of sentences about who they are and maybe a little bit what they look like. So let's start with returning guest from the Valiant Odyssey podcast, Aaron/Valiant.
Hello, everybody. I am Aaron/Valiant, here to play some Call of Cthulhu. No, how you going, guys? It's me. I will be playing a guy called Garth the Hurricane Gale. He is a musician, birthplace Tupelo, Mississippi. Now resides in Memphis, and he's taken a little cruise on a riverboat, I guess. He is incredibly attractive, yet rather short, and he plays the guitar and the saxophone. He is a self-made man, I guess you could say, but there are some deadly dealings in his past in terms of how he got so popular. He thinks himself as quite a lucky guy who can read individuals pretty well. He likes to be the smartest guy in the room, I guess you could say, but he's often arrogant in that fact, you might say. He is, he's a little bit wily, and he is a chronic hoarder. He collects everything and keeps it. He will always have something in his guitar case for the situation, and that is Garth.
I can think of one thing that you've got hidden in that guitar case, which is going to be a hell of a surprise.
Drugs.
No. No. So I was thinking of something a little bit more. What's the right word? Explosive, but
explodey.
We'll get to that. Don't want to give too much away for the explosive finale of tonight's stream. So that is Valiant. Let's move on to the next person in line, appearing for the second time on Crit and Miss. Of course, her first time was for the session 0 of this very same stream. Becky, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I feel like the cockroach amongst the cane toads.
I don't know what that means. Is that a saying?
It means she's from south of the border.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's right, I was born there too.
Yeah, see, look, I've lived in Queensland for quite some time, but I'm still a little bit behind on all the Aussie slang and all that kind of stuff. So you might have to just keep me filled in.
It's to do with the State of Origin football.
Oh, right,
That's
yeah.
held every year.
I don't watch that shit.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
I want to see how many viewers we lose for me saying that. All right, so...
I feel like there's not much there's not much crossover between the Twitch world and
I was going to say, there's probably not many people who are overly keen on sports who are also sitting down on a Saturday night rather, watching tabletop role playing games. But
Yeah.
In saying that, the Cowboys game has already finished. So
there you go.
You never know.
There you go. You can
They lose?
you can finish watching the Cowboys and you can switch the channel straight over to Crit and Miss. The entrees are done and out of the way, and now on to the main course. So, Becky, talk about your character.
Yes, so my character, Miss Mary Chauncey, is a secretary. She was working for a colonel during the war and kind of had a fling. He is married, but that didn't stop her from pursuing the relationship. But now the war's over and he's gone back to his regular family. She's feeling a bit left out. And
what a bastard! Sorry,
has threatened to expose their little tat for tat. So he has tried to placate her and given her this cruise ticket. So she is now on this cruise for a lovely holiday, or so she thinks.
Oh, look at that! That's fun. Don't tell anyone about our horrid affair. Here's a cruise ticket.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wonderful. Sounds like a really great stand-up guy.
Yeah. She also has a imaginary disease she's suffering from. She thinks she's really suffering from it, but it's just a phobia.
Okay, and that touched on a little bit of the mechanics as well. So, with Call of Cthulhu, you have these. Are they optional rules? These phobias, Keeper, is that right? Or
yes. So you typically don't start off with phobias. You usually get them as you play. But because we're playing such a short game, you may as well start with one, and you can potentially get more as we go on.
well, there you go. Looking forward to having a phobia of jazz musicians later on. I think I already do kind of have a phobia of jazz musicians.
no.
Moving on, let's go with Grace, a familiar face on the Crit and Miss channel. She has been in just about every one of our previous streams, right from the very beginning, right from Amongst Shadows and Stone, on to Out of the Abyss, 50 Shades of Grey, Mata. What else? Have I missed something?
Roguelite?
Oh, Tales from the Roselight Tavern and Reckless. That's right. So pretty much every stream that I've done, you've seen her on. But now you're seeing her playing a brand new system, and you're probably one of the more experienced players with Call of Cthulhu. Am I right?
Yeah, I've definitely played it before. I played Edith Flanagan. She was a bogan horse girl. So that was a lot of fun. Being the only Australian one in a room of full of British people, that was that was fine. It was fun.
I want to hear your
really
bogan
fun.
voice. Can you give everyone a little bit of a sneak preview of your bogan voice? Well, not a preview. You've already played this character. But...
Edith. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh god. Now I gotta think of something to say. Throw shrimp on the barbie.
What makes
Wonderful.
it better is I killed her character in the last game, and I can kill her again in this one.
I shot you, and I wasn't even there. So, aha.
In real
I
life
win.
or in the Call of Cthulhu game? I'm getting
So
confused.
Both.
I missed the final session because I went to a drag show. I didn't realize it was the same night, and then someone else was playing my character, and I got a shot off without even being there. And everyone was like, "Oh, she was the MVP," and I was like,
Well done. Well done. And who are you going to be playing tonight?
I will be playing Charlotte LeBeau. She is the daughter of Big Daddy. She comes from New Orleans. She calls everybody sugar. She's got a very strong Mississippi accent that I do not do well, and it transitions gradually into a Texan accent the more I speak. She's very wealthy. She's literally the wealthiest you could possibly be in this game. But she's just very idealistic and super romantic, and her entire reason for being on this boat is that it's her dad's boat and she was just there to break the champagne on it. That's the vibe, pretty much.
As good a reason as any to be on a cruise ship, as far as I'm concerned. Wonderful. And I actually rate your accent. I think it's quite good. So, there you go.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Don't get used to compliments from me, though. It's a once-off
No.
thing. You get one compliment per stream, and you've used yours for tonight.
Okay.
I guess that leaves one more investigator. Yes, okay. Well, I guess I'll introduce myself then. My name is Sven. I am the, senile old man of Crit and Miss. Otherwise the founder and head DM of Crit and Miss. And I am going to be playing a character known as Richard Johnson, who is a high society male prostitute. He was drafted into World War One. He was very afraid of being sent to the front lines. He did everything in his power to avoid being sent to the front lines, all the while trying to keep his sexual identity hidden and secret. Obviously, it was quite frowned upon in the early 1900s. And his name isn't actually Richard Johnson. That's a name that he picked up from someone else. His original name, he was born Lyle Brockman, and he was everything his father didn't want him to be. He was a feminine young man, and he was much berated by his father before being drafted into World War One. Had a very abusive childhood, as it were, and whilst on the front lines. On the Western Front, he met a man called Richard Johnson, and they had a little bit of a fling together. When Richard Johnson died on the front lines, without really thinking about it or knowing exactly why, he decided to take his identity and basically stole his identity so he wouldn't have to return to the family farm. And he's basically just been making his way across Europe ever since, relying on his fast talking skills, as it were. I have no idea how he ended up on a cruise ship, but I can tell you why he wants to be on a cruise ship, and that is payday, baby. And on that note, that's all of the investigators introduced. Let's hand it over to the person in charge of the action, arguably the most important person on tonight's stream, the Keeper, Alicia. Thank you for joining us. Introduce yourself.
Hello. Hi, I'm Alicia. I'll be playing the role of the Great Old One. Hi, I'm from Townsville Tabletop Guild. Run games there, and I'm running a game here now. This is Call of Cthulhu.
Posture check.
It'll be a 3-shot, 4-shot potentially, depending on how my investigators go, uncovering the mystery. Short premise for the game is each of the characters have been sent a letter in the mail about being invited to the maiden voyage of what is now called the HMS Charlotte, owned by Big Daddy himself.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
None of the investigators are quite sure as to why they personally have been invited by this mysterious benefactor, but I guess that's up for them to find out.
Ooh, can't wait. Looking forward to it. So we've had a skull and a posture check redeemed already, ladies and gentlemen. So straighten up those spinal cords and take a big old swig of whatever it is you're drinking. For me tonight, it is getting into the mood of the Roaring Twenties, a nice old glass of red wine.
Drinking water because I don't break the law and it's prohibition.
Pussy. You don't break the law, says the guy on a cruise ship with a freaking hand grenade and a shotgun tucked down his leggings.
I didn't get the memo about not drinking alcohol, so I'm just gonna be over here enjoying my ginger beer.
Look, there's no such thing as prohibition on a Crit and Miss stream. In fact, quite the opposite. It's encouraged. No, drink responsibly.
Healer shots.
All right. Who's ready to do some investigation and lose their minds? I certainly am. No? Valiant, you're not into it? No?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay,
Let's
cool.
do it.
All right, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. You heard the man. Let's play some Call of Cthulhu.
Awesome. For those who are watching, you can see that the ship has been displayed. That's just general layout so that you can keep track of where our investigators are. But for now, it's time to do a little background. So, you've been invited on this maiden voyage. You've all looked at your invitation, received it, however your character decided you did. And you boarded the HMS Charlotte. You were quite surprised to find yourself in first class, fine dining, but you've slowly settled in. You've spent about 2 days on the sea so far, and find yourself adjusted to sea life. You no longer feel the sway of the ship. You've laid out all your belongings. You feel comfortable. You feel relaxed. You find yourself at dinner on the second night, sat at different tables around the room, the jazz band playing behind you. For one of you, it's your night off from playing in the live band. You eat away at your food, and you start to hear whispers behind you. You turn your head and see that there are a couple staff members dressed in fine outfits, and they're leaning into each other and saying words under their breath. Can everyone make the first check for the night? Can you all give me a listen check, please?
A listen check. I can do that, keeper.
All right, first check of the night. I have to remember, I want to roll low. All right, so
Oh.
let's have a look. Listen. All right, so that's a fail for me.
I rolled
I got a... Sorry.
I got an 18, which is a good success for me.
Awesome.
I got a regular success.
Perfect. What'd you get, Grace? Okay. So, you all are seated, and you hear behind you the words, "The captain has requested they stay below deck," along with the words, "He comes at dawn." You don't think anyone's noticed, have you? For those of you who have succeeded, you hear, I believe he said, the cargo hold. You can also hear someone talking to a member of the staff saying, "I need to get to my luggage, it's being held downstairs." And the staff member just turns and walks away. You all look around to see if anyone else has heard these strange mutterings, and notice that you can only see each other looking up. You're all connecting eyes. You can see a look of confusion on all of your faces, but the rest of the guests here just sit mindlessly aware, eating away. Seems like something nefarious is afoot.
Is the food good?
The food is delicious. Best thing you've had placed in front of you. For Charlotte, maybe not so much. You've probably had a bit better than this. But the rest of you are delighted with what's placed in front of you.
I might give myself my handkerchief and put some of that food in my handkerchief for later. A midnight snack.
Without much hassle, you manage to scoop some up. No one pays you any mind.
I'll also take some silverware, because I like to collect things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do
Again,
that.
no one's any wiser to your actions.
And I'm assuming if we all heard this, we're probably seated at the same table, seated at the table together.
You're all kind of dotted around, so some of you may be at opposite ends of the same table or at other tables. It seems like all the staff around you are muttering these words to each other.
Okay.
I point to the gentleman across the table from me and I say to Richard, are you gonna eat that, sir?
He grasps his wine glass, which is probably slightly fuller than mine. Not at all. And he slides it over towards you. What was your name again? Whatever your character's name was.
I don't know.
Here it is. Garth, do we know each other?
Oh, no, I'd say not yet.
Not
I
yet.
wouldn't hang around with a prostitute.
Well, I mean, you don't know he's a prostitute yet. I imagine Richard is probably...
You smell like a
Well, you, sir, you smell like a jazz musician. Could smell you 10 miles upwind.
Well, I could call you a detective, or perhaps I could just say that you have two working eyeballs, because you would have seen me working my craft last night on that there stage. But I'll take that steak off your hands there, sir, if it's not too much to trouble for you. I see
Not
you've
at
got your
all.
hands full with the nice, merlot. That's how you say it, is it not? Merlot.
Merlot. And it's the least I can do. You put on quite a show the other night, sir, if I might say so myself.
Well, thank you. They don't call me the Hurricane for nothing. I turn heads whenever I play my guitar.
Quite. Did you
Anyway, what-
happen to overhear the conversation of the waiters just now?
I hear everything that goes on in this here ship. There ain't nothing much that passes by old Garth Gale.
Well, I mean,
There, you gotta be observant when you're a musician. You gotta assess the crowd, see if they like what you're doing. So yeah, I heard what them posse was saying.
what say you? Strange business this, keeping people below deck?
I don't think so, sir. I think that if something bad is happening on the ship, below deck is the best place for us here folk to be.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't below deck where they usually keep the less well-to-do folk?
Yeah, people like me, sir. That's why I'm pretty comfortable down there.
Right, of course, and I meant nothing by it, of course.
You ever been to a downstairs party?
Oh, I'd say I've been to quite a few downstairs party, but that's a story for another time.
Well, if you're familiar with below deck sort of situations, then you might actually be aware that the stuff that happens topside, the music we play, the dances we hold, well, that's nothing compared to what goes on down there. Perhaps I could take you one day.
That would be lovely. I'm always in the business of meeting new and interesting people. I'm sure the people who are crammed down below decks would be quite a colourful bunch.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of colorful people down there. There's like white people, brown people, all kinds of people. Very colorful.
Wonderful. And I didn't hear the rest of that conversation, so there's not really much for Richard to go on at this point. Did you actually hear that? I wasn't really paying attention when we did the rolls.
I certainly did. They said that something's coming to the cargo hold, and that lady over there, she wants to go get her luggage.
He'll look over towards the lady that wants to get her luggage. Anything I see there?
The lady seems distressed. She's confused and is looking at the people sat around her, and muttering away at them, saying words like, I need my viola. Like, they can't hold it down there. They can't keep it from me. Another woman turns around and says, I haven't seen Dorothy either. I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Mary will walk up to them because she's been kind of hanging around with them the last day or two, thinking this is her kind of crowd, and just wanting to get more details and goss, I guess. What's this about Dorothy? She's disappeared.
Yes, my daughter's just gone missing. I haven't seen her since we first boarded. I told her to unpack her things in the cabin and it's unpacked, but she's not there anymore.
Oh, I was getting really friendly with Dorothy. I hope she's okay.
I wonder where she is. She can't be still on land.
Well, oh, is it that the ship's owner over there, that Miss LeBeau, maybe she might be able to help us out?
Maybe. Do you think she wants to converse with the likes of us, though?
I don't see why not. Just because she looks rich and snobbish doesn't mean she's not nice. We should at least try.
Right, how about you go say hi to her and see if she is accommodating.
Okay, I'll go look for Dorothy.
For Dorothy.
Excuse me, Miss LeBeau.
How can I help you, sugar?
Oh, Miss LeBeau, one of our friends has gone missing. This lovely lady's daughter, Dorothy, hasn't been since this morning, and we want to know what happened to her. Do you think you can help us? Do you know where the captain would be?
This, I know I'm named after the ship, but this is not my ship. I don't know where anything is. I was just here to break the champagne bottle, and now I'm just here, and they're keeping me below deck, which is so unfair. So not fair. Because I don't belong below deck. This is not below deck hair.
No, it is fabulous hair, by the way. Where do you get it done?
Thank you. Oh, just this little place in New Orleans. It's very nice. I just got it bleached again.
Oh, it's gorgeous. But couldn't you get in the captain's ear and, tell him to do something about this?
Well, I mean, I suppose I could mosey on up into the bridge and see what's going down. And I'll just sort of flag down the waiter, do the whole click thing and just bring someone over and be like, "Hi, sugar. Do you think you could arrange a little bit of a meeting with the Capitan? So we could just have a little bit of a discussion about some things that have been happening on the boat that I'm not too happy about. Got a whole list."
The waiter turns to you and looks at you with flat eyes, and says, "Miss LeBeau, we'll see. The captain's a little indisposed, but I'll try my best." And he rushes off.
Well, that was a little odd.
Yes, I'm not sure what he means by indisposed. Well, I don't really see why not. It is my daddy's boat, so why don't we just mosey on up there ourselves and take a little bit of a sneaky peek?
Let's do it.
Righty.
All right. So, while this is going on, I imagine it's sort of Richard in Richard's purview to be keeping his eyes on the crowd and sort of scanning for potential clients or people who could potentially raise his standing in society, in this particular society that he finds himself in. So he probably, if he sees someone engaging with Charlotte, who's probably an upstanding young lady, probably dressed to the nines, given the fact that she's probably one of the richest people in the entire world, he will take his glass of wine and look towards you. What was your damn name again? Garth?
Hurricane.
Well,
Yeah, Garth.
if you'll excuse me, Mr. Hurricane, was it?
That's what they call me.
Well, if that's what they call you, and that's what I shall call you also, if that's what you're comfortable with. Excuse me, Mr. Hurricane. It looks like I have business elsewhere.
Where you going, sir?
Well, it would. I have business with this young lady over here.
Oh, Miss LeBeau. Everybody knows Miss LeBeau.
Oh, you know
I actually
her,
have
do
to
you?
speak to her. No, not personally, but she will know me very, very soon. She needs to make me the opening act on this here boat because I deserve to be. And I think there was some kind of mix-up in the lineup, so I actually have some words for her too. Perhaps that with a nice, upstanding gentleman in fine dress such as yourself introduces me, then maybe that'll give me a little bit more weight behind my dead discussion. You know what I'm saying, Shep?
He sort of looks towards Charlotte LeBeau in the opposite direction and sort of rolls his eyes a little bit and looks back towards you, Garth, and says, "Of course. You do have quite spirited fingers, so to speak. Perhaps you should be the opening act."
Well, if you think these fingers are spirited, you should see my oral talents. I can bring the house down.
You know what? Perhaps I will. And he'll.
Well, you assist me in getting opening night with the old Charlotte LeBeau over there, and you're gonna definitely experience my oral skills.
Absolutely, I would love to hear you sing sometime. It seems to be they're in quite a hurry. Come. And he'll head over towards Charlotte, and he will he'll head over there and he says, "Please excuse me, Miss LeBeau. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation earlier. And might I say, that is a lovely dress."
Yeah, sugar. You can just call me Lottie. Everyone does. Yeah, quite a nice dress. I just got it last week. I just saw the pink and I just passed out. You know how it is.
Enough pleasantries. Laurie, I am Garth Gale, the one and only Hurricane. You might have seen me playing accompaniment for the band that was playing last night. I think there's been some kind of mistake because my name should be up there in lights, you see.
Of course, and he'll shoulder past you, Garth, trying to vie for attention, and he'll hold his hand out towards you, Charlotte, and Richard is my name, Richard Johnson, but you can just call me Richard.
You can just call him
Okay.
Dick. I'll shoulder past him as well. Just do like the tit for tat thing, and I'll be like, so as I was saying, greatest guitar hands this side of the border, and be ashamed not to have me up on that there stage. I don't know what this little riffraff is talking about, but what do you say? I'll do it free of charge.
Oh, darling, never do it free of charge. If you're good at something, make sure you're getting paid for it.
Yeah.
See, I disagree. I think the first one's free, and then they'll come back for more.
Well, you're a much more generous man than I.
Sting him on the second time around,
Excuse
see?
me, we were very, very busy. Me and Miss LeBeau, we have dealings with the captain. So you'll have to come and bother Miss LeBeau next.
Of course. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Miss.
I certainly I certainly did mean to interrupt. You said that you're going to see the captain? In my mind, Captain trumps Laurie LeBeau. So I'll be coming too.
Sure, wouldn't hurt
Just
to
a
have a bit of
minute.
man muscle.
First of all, it's Lottie, Lottie. And second of all, don't you question my authority on this boat. I own this boat. I could kick you off this boat, mister. Any day I want to.
Actually-
Of course I won't. I won't. But you're walking a fine line here, so just tone it down. Turn the volume down.
And
In
Richard will
terms
look
of-
towards you, Garth, with a slight smirk on his face, which he hides behind his wine glass as he takes a sip.
Well, in terms of owning the boat, I think they just painted your name on the side there, sure. I think this actually belongs to your poppy. That's who is on the bottom of my payment docket anyways, but you keep saying that you own the boat. I'm sure one of these big shots are going to believe you and pay for your lifestyle for the rest of their living days. But, Captain, we got to get this train rolling. I need to go to work to earn my money.
Ladies, sir,
Gonna link
there is,
arm
of course,
with, Charlotte.
one way to solve this problem. As far as I'm aware, the captain has the last say on his boat. So perhaps we should go see the captain.
I'm just gonna link arms with Charlotte, and we're just gonna spin around and start walking off.
And
Come on,
Yep.
buddy.
Richard will look towards you for just a moment, considering holding his arm out to link arms with you before he, with a huff, walks on after them.
All you do is you look at me, I'll just look to you and say, I think that worked quite well. And I'll just walk off to you.
Alright. Where are we off to?
Awesome. So you make yourself, you make your way from just below deck up to the top, heading towards the captain's control center. You notice that there seems to be no one passing you. Everyone seems to be down eating dinner. But a couple staff do look at you as you get closer. You put on your best act of confidence as you walk up before a staff member stands in your way and says that the captain's a bit indisposed at the moment. I think you'll find everyone's downstairs.
Information, but I'd still like to see the captain. You know.
I know what you'd like to do, but see, the captain says he's not seeing anyone. So while the captain's not
Who
seeing
this is?
anyone, you can't see him.
Do you not know who this is?
Yeah, her name's on the side of the ship.
Yes, because her father paid for this ship. If her father hadn't paid for this ship, you wouldn't be having a job right now. So what she wants, she should get.
I understand that, but if this captain isn't happy and decides to stop sailing the ship, then I think y'all gonna be very unhappy too. Maybe you just go back downstairs, take a bit of a relaxation time, you know, listen to some music, and then when the captain's feeling better, he'll come down and find you.
I'm
So
very sorry
Lottie's
to
gonna
interject.
just. Sorry.
Sir, you are...
Oh, names aren't really important here, but you can call me Charles if you really want.
Charles, of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Charles. I couldn't help but overhear some conversations down on the dining deck. And now we find that the captain is indisposed. Is there some kind of problem that we should know about, Charles?
Oh, no, the captain just ate something bad, and he's not feeling very sociable right now.
Hey, that food is
yeah.
the best food I've ever eaten in my entire life. If the
It
captain
is
thinks that's
great.
bad, then he might need to get his taste buds checked. But
Oh, definitely. The captain, like, he's good at what he does, but he's very introverted. He likes to stay by himself, and the food just didn't agree with him. But he'll come find you soon. If not tonight, then definitely in the morning.
Very well. Thank you, Charlie. And I'll go to turn away.
Sorry, Charles. I didn't mean to attack you just before. It's just one of my new dear friends is missing, and I just really want to get to the bottom of where she is. Do you know what happened to her, Miss Dorothy?
A Dorothy? I can go check the register. See if we have a Dorothy registered to come aboard.
No, she's aboard. I was with her at breakfast this morning. But now she's not missing. Her mother can't find her.
Oh. Well, I can certainly go look for her. I haven't seen anyone by that name so far.
You haven't heard of
Rather
anybody disappeared?
strange.
No, I haven't heard of a Dorothy or anyone going missing at this point. But I can look into it.
Well, where will you find me when you find information?
I mean, I can go to your cabin, leave you a note.
Okay.
Is that everything?
So Lottie is just gonna step up and then sort of like fix his collar and go, "Oh, come on, surely you can work something out for little old me," and then sort of adjust his tie. And I'd like to charm him.
I thought you were going to strangle him with his tie.
Yeah, just first kill of the night.
Yeah, give me a charm check.
It's so weird. It's so weird playing this game and not just pulling out my longsword and running him through and just going on to see the captain, and the captain turns out to be the big boss. It's a completely different gameplay experience, but I'm loving it.
That's an extreme fail.
A 100?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He runs you through.
Yeah.
Is he going to pull out his longsword?
Oh, no.
He
Dead.
he kind of looks at you before pushing your hands off. Says, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but that's not gonna get you anywhere. You really all should be leaving about now. You're all gonna get in mighty trouble. You guys didn't even pay to come on here. Like, honestly, you're walking a fine line."
Technically, I'm
Excuse
an
me,
employee.
Charles, did you just lay your hands on the daughter of the man that owed this boat? Yo, you can be sure that he will be hearing about this.
And
Oh, sure.
I'm excited when he does, when we get back on land and I'm off this ship.
He's so excited.
Come, Miss LeBeau. Let's leave this riffraff to himself. We have,
Leave the riffraff.
That's right.
Okay. Gonna forget your name. I never forget a face, Mr. Charles. And then she'll just sort of back away. And as Charles turns his back, in a very unladylike way, she's just gonna flip him the bird and then put it back down. And like look around to check that no one saw that.
Saw that.
Yeah, everyone else could clearly see that.
Do you think we should go downstairs? If they're saying things are downstairs, people are downstairs, maybe we should go check there.
I'm sorry, did you say that
I'll see
someone
why
was
not.
missing?
Yes! They
Downstairs.
haven't been seen since after breakfast.
Mr. Hurricane, you're familiar with the layout of the below deck area?
Oh yeah, below deck is my specialty.
Well, perhaps we can come to an arrangement. If we help you find this lady, perhaps you could help Mr. Hurricane find a better position in the entertainment industry here aboard the ship, Miss LeBeau.
Think you can be the main act or whatever. A single night. And
Oh
we have a
no, Cher, that ain't gonna do. See, I need a residency spot on this here boat because I have some debts to pay, And if you ain't gonna give that to me, then your young friend Dorothy can just be lost in the maze of this vessel for the rest of the time.
Oh,
I might just
so
go and
money's
have a
on the
chat
table then.
to Chaz over there. He might be able to get me what I want.
Well, if it's money you're looking for, that's not going to be an issue. How much were your debts? Because I might just be able to settle them.
Ah, please. You might have a lot of money, Miss LeBeau, but you don't have as bad luck as I do. So, I don't even think you and Big Daddy could pay for what I owe. And I'll go to move past her to go talk to Chaz. Waiting to be told that she has like $1 million, so I can turn around and be like, what?
I mean, she's very wealthy. I'm not sure what it would convert to, but...
I'll leave that up to you.
Quite a lot.
But, say, Chaz.
Okay, according to the book, 99 credit rating equals $50,000 in cash and $5 million of assets.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
So are you carrying $50,000 in cash? Because I say, Mr. Hurricane, good sir, perhaps we should just rob her, take one of the life rafts, just call it a day. No? I pull out my gun. No, I don't do that.
This turns into PvP like Cluedo on the ship.
Well, I, for one, do love a good mystery. Perhaps we should explore the below decks. I haven't got anything better to do tonight anyway. It's been quite a dry spell for me the last couple of nights. I would be more than happy to accompany you below decks to find your friend Miss... wait for it.
Chauncey. Miss Mary Chauncey.
Chauncey, of course. It's a pleasure to meet you. I would be more than happy to accompany you below deck and help you find your friends. I don't have much else to do.
Sure, you would. Sorry, I was just implying something about your general demeanor. My bad, I do that often.
And of course, if our new friend is to, well, if you can't find the courage to explore a little bit of mystery, I'm sure we can just leave him to his own devices. He's a quite skilled musician. I'm sure he'll do well enough on his own.
Oh no, I see what you're doing. That reverse mycology. I know all about that. You don't need to. Don't you be pushing that stuff this way.
No. Of course. I mean when I say I'm a man of my word. You just enjoy the rest of your evening, Mr. Hurricane, and I shall accompany the ladies below deck.
I'm a
Of
brave
course,
man.
if something were to happen to us and, say, the owner of the ship found out that one of his employees failed in his responsibility to ensure that his beloved daughter was safe and sound, well, the debts would be the least of his worries.
While they've been squabbling, we've already walked far ahead.
Yeah.
While they've just been like squabbling and slowly walking.
Miss,
See?
hey, they're gone.
I look you in the eyes and I'm like, I'm better than you. And then I walk off after them.
I look at you as you leave and I say, oh no, you're fucking not. And I'll follow you.
Oh no.
Mr. LeBeau, please. Allow me to accompany you.
Mr. Bow, please, allow me to accompany you.
Thank you very much, Mr. whatever your name is. But we fine ladies can accompany ourselves.
Oh no, it would not do to see such two fine ladies venture downstairs into the less cultured areas of the ship, so to say, without some company. Please, allow me. As he's
Frankly,
doing his
I
best to
have
try and
way
keep
too
up
much
with you.
money. Yeah, well, frankly, I have way too much money to care about what is to do and what isn't to do, so I think I'll just climb these stairs by myself. Care to accompany me, Mary?
Lottie, let's go.
I won't be accompanying you, but I'll be walking right beside you, so when you get into trouble, I can rescue you and ask your daddy for some reward money. So, just so y'all know why I'm here.
Yes, of course. If there's any trouble, you could pluck your guitar or something like that. I'm sure that'll be a...
Look at her. She got trouble written all over her face. It's only a matter of time. Something's gonna happen to her.
At least
Where
you're very
am I
honest,
on my
Mr.
face?
Gale.
That's the only way I know how to be. It goes up here and then it comes out here and there's nothing in between. That's how I write all my songs.
Well, there was one song you played last night that was a bit flat.
I beg your pardon, ma'am. Now, I ain't never struck a lady before, but I'm willing to start now. My guitar strumming is the best you ever heard this side of
He's
Tennessee.
not wrong. Maybe that's why you didn't get the main spot on the roster. Just a thought.
Is this a shit on Golf Gale night or something? Cause don't you have a friend to find?
Oh yes, that's right. And I keep going British. Why does that keep happening? Make it stop. Okay. Can we go down the stairs, please, before she becomes British?
You make your way downstairs and start heading towards the bottom level of the ship. As the further you get down, the more the scent of putrid water hits your nose.
Oh.
You find it hasn't smelt like this when you were last down here. But now that you're traveling further and further down, it's becoming, like, unignorable. You have to smell it. Blocking your nose, it does nothing. You
I'm gonna be sick
can
from this smell.
You can feel, like, you can feel the crash of the waves more the further down you get, and it feels really unsettling. You feel like this has just switched on a dime. It's giving you this weird sort of seasickness feeling. You feel like you probably can push through it, but might not be able to withstand it for too long.
And Richard will just sort of draw his fingers along the wall. I imagine we're making our way through some pretty narrow corridors now that we're sort of in the heart of the ship. He'll run his fingers along the wall, just smelling that sort of putrid water. Just, I mean, maybe out of just like a natural response, just to see if maybe does he come away with any like wetness or anything like that? Is like he would probably assume that the boat's leaking or something like that.
You brush your fingers against the wall, and though you'd expect it to be damp, you feel the paint peeling under your touch, which is bizarre, seeing as this ship is brand new. This is its maiden voyage. It seems to be falling apart, almost. It's at the early stages of deterioration.
Oh my goodness. Miss LeBeau. I'm sure your father spared no expense in the engineering of this ship, but it appears it's fallen into a state of disrepair already.
I'm writing down
It's not
song
good at
lyrics.
all.
Pretty on the outside, putrid in the middle.
He
That's not good. No.
holds his hand up and like rubs his fingers together, and you see some of like the flakes of paint come away in his fingers. And I smell them. Oof. It smells awful down here.
Yeah, the smell definitely isn't one of the highlights, I'd have to say. I'll have to speak to my father about this in the most Draco Malfoy possible voice she could put on.
Oh, this
My
smells
father's
just like
going to hear
Capello.
about this.
I'm just gonna start calling Dorothy. I'm like, Dorothy, Dorothy, are you down here, Dorothy?
You hear that your voice echoes in this area. It bounces off the walls, but nothing replies to you.
God.
It's just silence. You make your way to a staircase to travel down, and you feel like you're traveling in loops. You feel like this staircase is never ending. The further and further you travel, the more tired you get, and you feel as if this is not normal by any means.
My word, Miss Chauncey, how far down have we come?
We've travelled at least 5 sets of stairs. I don't think I can keep going.
There's one big hairboat.
Here.
Can anyone or everyone make me a listen check, please?
I love rolling dice. Roll, dice, roll. Tell me how bad I am at everything.
I failed. I fail.
I'm going to assume 40. Yep, there we go. I failed. 40 over 35.
Yep.
Did anyone
Half
succeed?
success. Half
Okay.
success.
We're too busy
Three.
chatting.
Going down these stairs, you can hear very faintly in the distance a voice muttering, saying, "Midnight. I believe he said midnight. Was it midnight? Yeah, it's gotta be midnight. There's no other time it could be." It just happens on repeat. You can hear these same words. It seems like someone's talking to themselves, and there is no other point of conversation besides the time.
Okay. Just going to turn to everyone else and be like, did anybody else hear that?
Hear what, dear? All I hear is the rumbling of the engines and the sound of the waves up against the bulkhead.
Oh, I'm sorry, folks. That's my bad. I'm quite hungry. I get really hungry at night times.
Well, perhaps
It's a
Charles
medical
was
thing.
right.
It's real.
Perhaps there was an issue with the food.
No, not that. The talking. The time. Someone's talking about the time.
He'll listen, but maybe he's a couple of wines deep already, so he doesn't hear anything. No, miss, I think I can hear something. I can't make it out. What do you hear?
Someone talking about the time. Like 12 o'clock. Something happening at 12 o'clock, but they seem a little unsure.
I see how close we are to the cargo hold.
You kind of look at your surroundings and kind of try and peer down the staircase. It just goes into darkness. You feel like the amount of walking you've done, the amount of time you've spent, you should be there.
Folk, I don't mean to worry y'all too much, but we've been walking for an awful long time. We haven't seen no cargo hold. We haven't seen no Delilah.
Dorothy!
That's what I said. I said Dorothy. Haven't seen no Dorothy. I think it's time to turn back around and cut our losses. You know, sweet Dorothy. She had a good life. She was young and free, and she died the way that she would have wanted. On a cruise ship, surrounded by lots of wealthy people. We can all go and enjoy our dinner and play some music. You can drink some more wine, Dickie boy. And the rest of us, well, we can go see if that captain wants to see us now.
Oh, come on, Mr. Hurricane. Where's your sense of adventure? And she's just gonna turn straight around and start, like, skittering off to where she heard that noise.
I feel like you
Yeah.
may have been correct. I think this one might
I told
actually
you.
be trouble.
I told you, she gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get some reward money on my hands. All right, Big Daddy. I'll write the letter as we speak. Dear Big Daddy,
Sir,
I
sir,
have your daughter. Oh,
we have your daughter. Now come.
I ain't no duo act.
Are you sure?
Not for a very long time. No. I'll follow her.
Okay. As you continue down, you see the paint is in even worse states the further you go down. You see that there's scratchings in the paint now. It seems to make out some sort of word. You're not quite sure. However, the further you go down, the clearer these words become. And you can make out the words "follow me" repeated throughout these throughout this stairway on the walls.
Follow me. Can you see that? Is this some type of naval code or something like that? I look towards the rest of you, just completely.
I'm not sure, but it makes for a nice chorus. You guys get that?
Yeah, I think you actually might be onto something there, sir.
If you sing it really loud, it echoes down the hallway. I mean, good thing about a long and endless corridor is the reverb's really nice. But follow me, that sounds fucking creepy.
Can I have a look?
I fully agree.
Can I have a look at the walls? Maybe
Yep.
discern how it's been made, the follow me's?
Give me an appraise check.
How do I put this? 89 over 5?
You lean into this text to get a better look at it, and you notice that it's been formed with the peeling paint, but other than that, you can't really see much else. And as you get closer, you can hear the rush of water in your ears. And look around and see the area around you is dry, besides that horrible smell.
Can I see if there's any footprints around?
Oh, there we go.
Sure, give me either survival or track.
I got a success in track.
Awesome. You look down at the stairs and notice that there is a slight wet residue on the floor in what is almost a footprint. And it seems to be traveling downstairs.
Man, someone wet the bed. I'll point to the footprint.
And Richard will put his ear up against the wall where he heard the rushing of water and just listen. He's curious about whether, like, what's his positioning on the ship, whether they're near the bulkhead or towards the center of the ship or something like that. So when he hears the water, he imagines he's probably closer to the edge of the ship, so he'll just have a listen.
You lean in and listen to it, and you can hear that rushing water get louder. Your eardrums almost hurt from the pressure you're imagining. And you can hear the faint whispers of "follow me." No one notices this, but he'll probably have, at this point, hearing those words, maybe a bit of a flashback of the Western Front in World War One. You'll see the figure of a square-jawed, blonde-haired, blue-eyed young man as standing up on the edges of the trenches, holding his hand out, holding a rifle in one hand, holding out the other hand to Richard Johnson, saying the words "follow me."
to the backdrop of gunfire and explosions in the distance, and he sort of pushes off the wall, and maybe there's like a bead of sweat forming on his brow.
Yeah.
But he won't say what he heard.
Can you make me a sanity check, please?
Absolutely, I'd love to.
What's wrong, Dick? You're all wet.
I hate you so much. 73 over 45.
Alrighty. Can you make me an intelligence check, please?
Absolutely. I'm quite an intelligent person too, so this is not going to go well. So that'll be a 51 under 75, so that's just a normal whatever.
Yep.
Success.
Alrighty. You will take 2 points of sanity loss.
2 points of sanity loss. Alright, so my current will be 43. I imagine if you, Garth, look towards Richard at this point, you might see that his pupils are unfocused for a moment, and you can see that bead of sweat sort of forming on his brow, and when he hears you talk, he sort of shakes his head and takes a deep breath.
That's it. You take some deep breaths, Dick. You gotta stand at attention, Dick. That's what you gotta do.
Yes,
Nice and tall and upright.
Thank you.
That's the way.
I think Charles may have been correct. I think there may have been something in the food.
Who the
It's
fuck is
nothing.
Charles?
The seaman.
Oh,
Upstairs.
yeah. The seaman that, yeah. That's right. I remember him now. I don't mean to alarm anybody, but there's a footprint there that don't belong to me, and it don't belong to you or her, and it's all wet and slippery.
Miss Chauncey, perhaps it's your friend.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it is dear Delilah.
Dorothy.
Oh, right, Dorothy. My mistake. Terrible with names, see? But we should check that footprint out none the same. If it is the size of a small person, then perhaps it does belong to Delaney.
Yes, we should be quick. I have an uncomfortable feeling.
It's okay if you're uncomfortable, Dick. You just have to rearrange.
Well,
Done.
You keep moving, deciding to push forward with the urgency that's been presented to you. And as you keep going, Richard, you see these words scrawled along the walls. They almost start to bleed with seawater. You kind of brush it off and blink rapidly to get yourself back into the present moment. And you keep moving forward, and you see out of the corner of your eye, moving down the staircase in front of you, what looks to be a large figure in what looks like some semblance of a diving suit.
I imagine it's like an old-timey diving suit.
Mm-hmm.
Big old rust bucket on the head and all that kind of thing.
Yep, big boots, everything.
He'll just stop in his tracks and just stand and stare
Mm-hmm.
for a moment.
As
Wrong.
soon as you stop, it disappears.
What's wrong, Dick? You got some kind of dysfunction?
No, it's just the food. It's nothing. I thought I saw someone, but it's the wine. It's the food. Can we make this quick? I'm very sorry, Miss LeBeau, Miss Chauncey, but I seem to be feeling a bit unwell.
Yes, things are not quite right down here. I don't know what's going on. Dorothy! Dorothy, can you hear me?
Your voice carries along the walls just like before, but there's a slight gargle to them, as if they're being spoken underwater, and you're not quite sure what's happening.
What is going on? This does not seem right.
Okay, something weird is going on. If you guys promise not to tell the captain or anybody about this, I got us completely covered. And I'll pull out the shotgun from my pants, but it doesn't seem like it would fit. It just comes out.
Oh my word! Now's not the time. Oh,
Well,
you just carry that around with you?
everywhere I go, I carry everything I collect with me, all in this here satchel. I live like a snail, see? But you gotta just get behind me. You have to be away from this here end.
Please
And I'll
tell me
see.
that thing's not loaded. Please tell me you
Oh.
weren't carrying a shotgun down your pants that was loaded.
Don't worry, the safety's on, old Bessie. I'll continue to walk down, following the footprint.
As you continue to walk down, you look at the footprints closer, and it seems to be in the pattern of a large boot. There's just this single set of footprints that keep moving.
Say, Miss Chauncey, what size shoe did young Debbie have?
It's strange. Dorothy and I were just talking at breakfast about our shoes. We actually wear the same size. Would this look like my size foot?
Definitely not.
She's got the same size foot as me, and I'm quite tall and delicate, so I don't think this is Dorothy.
Maybe this is somebody that took that sweet young girl.
Maybe.
think-
That's why we need to hurry.
You think she may have been taken? He still says, somewhat shakily.
Well, whatever's happening here, I'd like to get out as fast as possible because this does not seem right.
Doesn't look like it goes with your dress, does it, Miss LeBeau?
No, it doesn't. Nothing really seems to go very well with pink, other than purple, my second favorite color.
Alright, Dick, you gotta shout, stop your shaking, because if you do that more than twice, people think that you're playing. So we just gotta go down here. I got a loaded shotgun. Nothing's gonna happen to y'all, pretty old folk, because I got you all covered. Now let's go find this young lady, because now that I know, I've gotten a little bit attached to sweet, sweet Daisy, and I think that she should be returned back to wherever it is she belongs.
Well, if you insist, sir, lead the way.
I insist.
You keep walking down these stairs. You feel so exhausted. You're slowing down in speed. You're getting sluggish. You almost feel like you're wading through water. But you keep going. You push through. And as you turn the corner, you can't help but notice something flash before your eyes. Can I get everyone to make a sanity check for me?
I think I failed really badly.
There we go. Oh, thank
I got
goodness
it.
for that.
I got a 91.
Well, you're right up the front there. So I got a 35 under 45. So
I got 69.
Yeah, baby.
that means best thing
Awesome.
happens.
Yep, super success.
I
My
got a
sanity
1.
is 65.
Awesome, that's great. Alrighty,
So you're-
all of you.
Oh, I was just gonna say you're all fine except for the guy wielding the shotgun.
Yeah.
Not great.
All of you see this thing flash before your eyes, but you shrug it off and just think you're a bit disorientated because of the ship. However, Garth, you kind of stop instantly and bring up the shotgun, as before you see the figure of a man in a scuba diving suit. You see big boots that fit the exact same size as the prints you've been following.
Oh no, it's a Big Daddy. Does it have a big drill for an arm?
It doesn't, no.
Oh.
I wish. But it has got a massive rip up one of its sleeves.
It's about to have another. I'm gonna say, you're making a mess on this here boat, and then I'll fire.
Awesome. Make a firearms check.
I took very few points in firearms because
Firing
I figured
off
like shotgun, it's a wide berth, right? Oh, I've got like more than half. That's fine. But I rolled it I got double zeros and then a 2.
That's a 2, right?
That's 2, yeah.
Well, that is an amazing success.
That is perfect. You pull out your gun and fire at this figure. Everyone can see this as he just shoots into nothing. And the sound reverberates throughout this entire stairway. You see the bullet hits the wall and just kind of bounces off of it. It's so surreal. You're all kind of reeling from the noise and the visual of what's just happened. It looks like he's just pulled his gun on nothing. But Garth, for you, the vision disappears.
Gotcha, straight enough.
Word, Mr. Hurricane, have you lost your marbles, good sir?
Well, no, I thought that I was protecting y'all from that big thing that was just down that hallway there.
There was nothing there.
Well, there ain't no
Nothing there
more.
at all. You just shot your gun into goddamn nothing. Can I have that gun confiscated? And then she just reaches over and she takes the gun off of him. She's like, you will get this back when you learn to fire it like a proper person. I got a very similar gun to this, and even I know how to use it. And she'll just take the gun and she'll be like, you can have this back when you know how to use it properly.
I will not allow her to take it.
Alright. How does that work?
We're doing a tug of war.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can we turn
both
the
of
safety
you,
off first?
No.
just roll strength against
okay.
each other.
And Richard, while this is happening, is diving for cover, like jumping down onto the stairs, sort of covering his ears.
I just imagine this 5-foot dude that, you know, is kind of small and a jazz musician, weedy, is just like trying to pull it off this poofy dressed rich person. I got a 34, which is, 50 is my strength.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a 29, so I'm actually really close to a half success, but that's a regular success.
You can spend luck if you would like to reduce your score.
Ooh.
It is
I've already
whoever gets the
succeeded.
higher degree of success. Well, it's against each other.
Did he pass?
Yeah, you both got a success.
Oh, let me do the math.
So I believe you both had a regular success. It depends on how close you were to a what's
Half.
it called? Half success?
I'm really close. Oh, it's only 12 points. Yeah, I'll just use 12 points of luck to make it a half success.
Cool. I'll use what can I do? I'll use 24 points of luck to make it a good success.
Okay.
I want my gun.
Okay. You go to play tug of war with this gun, but Charlotte, it slips from your smooth hands.
From your
And Garth, you
manicured,
hold on to it.
moisturized hands.
These fingers were magical, and not to mention the fact that you don't go snatching other people's things, even though your daddy bought you everything that you own. Look, I kept you all safe. There was something huge around this corner, and it's not there anymore because of me. Now, your little friend is somewhere on this boat, and we need to find them, because I'm sure that somebody's looking for them, and well,
While they were arguing over the gunner, I was already walking way ahead. I still
Awesome.
calling out, Dorothy, Dorothy.
Yes, sir, and may I remind you that someone is missing on this boat. If you start shooting at everything that you see, what's to say that you won't shoot the poor girl?
Oh, this was definitely not no little girl.
Well, I
It
saw
was
nothing, and neither did
Taller
my...
than me. It was huge. It was in this big suit of armor, and it had these clunky-looking boots on, and it looked like there was a porthole window in front of its eyes. It was ready to go outside and go for a little swim, a little dive.
A diving suit, you say?
I guess you could say one of those ones that was built like 10 years ago.
And, Richards recognizes the description of this phantom that he saw, but he's not gonna mention it to him. Well, if I might remind you, we are with the daughter of quite a wealthy man. If there were to perhaps be an accident, if you fire that gun and she were to become injured, it would be your life, my friend. So please keep the safety on from now on.
No promises, but she was behind me. I knew what I was doing the whole time. But where's Miss Chauncey? Oh, fuck.
My word. Miss Chauncey! And he's gonna start, he's got like a small frame. His size is 55, but I imagine Richard is quite a tall but like lanky man. So he's got like awkwardly, just like gangly, like rush down the stairs after Chauncey, Miss Chauncey.
Awesome. Mary, you keep rushing down for another minute or so before you're greeted with a long hallway. You can see this hallway probably has about an inch deep of water, but down the end you see there is one of the servants on the ship standing next to a door. He's looking straight at you.
Sir, excuse me. I'm looking for Miss Dorothy. Have you seen her?
A Dorothy?
Yes. Dorothy
we-
Higgins. She was aboard this ship yesterday, and now we can't find her.
A Miss Higgins. I've not seen anyone come down here. Yeah, you're not really allowed down here. This is kind of the restricted area. It leads straight to the cargo. We're keeping things safe in there. If you need anything,
good.
you
I
can
believe
file a
that's where she was
report.
heading. No, she was heading towards the cargo. She was looking for something, and we haven't seen her all day. Please,
Well,
can I go quickly check the cargo?
oh, if she came down here, I would have turned her around. I've been here all day.
Well, maybe she slipped by somehow. Please, can I just go have a look in the cargo?
I'm sorry, ma'am, but you really
all this
you just
way down.
all this way. It's like 3 flights of stairs.
It feels like it's taken me forever to get here, though.
Really?
Yes,
Hey.
it's putrid smelling. There's water inside. The paint is peeling off. Wasn't this ship only just built?
Yeah, we've had a tiny little bit of a leak, but it's been fixed now. We're just kind of getting the water out.
What do you mean there was a tiny leak? How?
I think it was kind of a structural flaw from when it was first built.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I know a lot of money went into it, but I don't think they double checked the plans before they started building. But I promise all the luggage is safe.
Well, please, I just need to have a look. I need to see where Dorothy is. Her mother is worried sick.
You know what? I'll let you have a look, but you gotta stand right here. You can't go inside.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course. And he lets you walk over to him and opens the door slightly for you.
And I'll just call really loudly Dorothy's name and wait to hear it to see if I hear anything.
Alrighty. Can you make me a listen check, please?
That would be an 8.
An 8? Awesome. You listen out for anything, and you can hear the slight trickle of water, as well as what you think might be the sound of sobs. And you probably stand there for about 10-20 seconds before the servant closes the door. It says that
I heard something. I thought I heard someone in there.
I can tell you, ma'am, there's definitely no one inside. It's just me down here.
I also heard a trickle. Are you sure you fixed that leak? I need to go have a look. Please, I'll be just 1 minute. And can I, any way I can sneak past him?
Give me a... Give me... Sure, give me a stealth check.
Would I be able to assist by distracting? Because Lottie would have turned up by now.
I imagine
So-
we've all come down the stairs.
The three of you that were following behind see Miss Chauncey talking to a bare wall. There is no one with her, nothing with her. She is at the end of a hallway with 1 inch deep water, talking to herself.
As
I
Richard
rolled a
reaches
Yeah.
9.
the bottom of the stairs, he'll step down onto the landing, splash into the water, stop and like pull up his foot and like sort of like try and get the water off. He's probably wearing somewhat expensive shoes to try and fit in with the higher society. And he'll see Miss Chauncey talking to no one, and he'll call out to her, Miss Chauncey, are you well?
Someone in there, please just let me go in. And I'll be fighting this
Miss
guy.
Chauncey, step aside. I'll handle the guard for you. I'll look back to everybody and go, what the fuck? And I'll go and is the door in front?
There is no door.
Oh wow.
It is
Fuck,
just
whoa.
wall.
I'll get the door for you, Miss Chauncey. Don't you worry about that. You just go over and stand next to Dick, and I'll take care of it.
Well,
Do I notice them? Do I hear them
Yeah.
behind me?
You can see them behind you. They look concerned, but they're playing along.
Young miss, just take a step to the side. You said you heard someone?
He let me look into the cargo, the hold, and I faintly heard someone sobbing and trickling water. He said there was a structural leak.
Who?
The boat is leaking.
I'm sorry, I
And
don't
I
see.
heard it.
I don't see anyone here. Who told you this? Sorry.
The steward, this porter on holding the cargo hold.
You turn to look at this
Sugar.
person, and there's no one there.
Sugar, there's no one there. Are you okay? And Lottie will just sort of reach out and pinch her and be like, are you well? Do you have a fever?
What is happening?
Did you eat the steak as well?
No. I had the salad.
Oh, I had the salad. Oh, God.
I had all of it.
Well, I'm sure it's all just some kind of misunderstanding. I'm sure there was someone here, but I'm sure they had something. Perhaps this leak in the bulkhead they had to tend to. Miss Chauncey, he looks towards the cargo hold that she indicated. There's no door.
Nope.
Is there a hinge? Any indication that there was a door?
It seems to be flat, except for a tiny little, I guess, crevice at the bottom of the wall where it would meet the floor. There's a tiny crack where water seems to be slowly pushing itself through.
These corridors and spending a long time out at sea, it can do funny things to a person's mind. You paid no heed to it, Miss Chauncey. I'm sure you'll find.
I'm just so worried about Dorothy.
Of course, we'll find her. It's
As
alright.
you
Well, it seems there's a more pressing matter to attend to. The boat is leaking. It's leaking. There's water everywhere. It's all in my shoes. My shoes are ruined. I'm sad. We've been talking to a wall. Someone really shouts someone. I'd like to speak to the captain about the leak in my boat.
I did shoot somebody. No
Maybe we
nearlies.
should go back and tell Charles that we need matters addressed now.
And tell him
Would
to
be the best
Oh.
course of action.
As you all turn back to the stairs, you notice that the figure in the diving suit is stood just a couple stairs up, staring at you all, and you can
I
hear the
told
faint
you.
sound of footsteps running up the stairs.
When
I
Mary
told
turns around and sees that, she just like screams.
While she's screaming, I'm just gonna be yelling, I told you I wasn't shooting at nothing. My eyes see everything.
And Mary's just gonna fall back in Garth's arms, like having a bit of a femme fatale moment.
I will catch her whilst still holding a shotgun.
Roll a luck roll to see if you accidentally shoot her. No, Richard. Richard calls out, "Sir, I say, sir." Well, I've suddenly turned into a southern lawyer.
You call out to this figure, and all you can hear is this gargled voice saying, "Follow me," back to you.
Follow you where? Are you responsible for this? Have you been writing this on the wall? You gave my good dear friend Miss Charlotte, not Charlotte, Chauncey quite a fright, sir.
Name's Melanie. Come on. Waving her awake. Melanie. Slaps you on the face. Welcome to the land of the living, Melanie.
I believe you owe her an apology, sir.
The figure you're talking to just turns around and starts walking up the steps.
Well, that's just rude.
I bet he took Dorothy. I bet he knows exactly where she is. And Mary's just gonna start running towards him.
Charlotte's gonna follow.
I'll look
Awesome.
towards you. Remember how we were sitting having a nice conversation around dinner table and you said, "Hey, that's Mrs. LeBeau over there." And then I said, "Hey, let's go and have a talk to Mrs. LeBeau." And then we both did that. You remember?
Seems like a lifetime ago.
Wouldn't it have been great if we just sat there and finished our steak?
Too right, good sir. Too right.
What have you
Can I
learned?
get
Not to
Can I
trust
get
a
both
jazz
my
musician.
ladies? Both my ladies to make a sanity check for me, please.
My sanity is really low. Oh, I rolled a 1 again.
36.
Both success?
65. Yes.
Awesome. You run up the stairs after this figure and notice it's just going at a slow pace. But you manage to get up to it and it just doesn't react in any way to you. It just keeps moving up the stairs slowly. You can still hear those footsteps running up the stairs. And looking up the stairwell, you notice that it is just a 3-story stairwell. It's not this long stairwell that you just experienced.
I'm just gonna shout at him. I say, "Where's he?"
The figure continues unresponsive up the stairs.
Well, now that's just rude. Excuse me, sir. Hello? Well, I don't know about you, Mary, but I feel like someone's put something extra special in our food.
Agree, Lottie. This is just not making any sense.
As you continue up the stairs following this figure, it gets to the top of the stairwell and turns to look at all of you before it starts walking back down. And as it walks down, you see its figure seems to fade into nothingness.
Well, I say I'm not the only one who saw that. That
Nope.
was a mite unusual, and I'm starting to think that it's not the steak, nor the salad.
I think we need to make our way to the cargo hold because I heard some people talking around the dinner table. They were saying that we need to stay below deck and it will all be over soon, and we should make sure that the cargo hold something.
Yes,
Well-
I quite agree.
Did they, in so many words, say it'll be over soon? Because I don't know about you, but that can be slightly ominous, especially with the whole leaking boat thing.
I'm an entertainer. I might have
Stay
embezzled a little
below
bit.
deck. Stay below deck. It'll all be over soon. And now the boat is leaking.
I believe they
Not you,
said
but
they
that
come
sounds
at
awful
dawn.
like someone's trying to drown us.
Quick,
A
let's go
dog.
see the captain.
That seems like a good idea.
Yes, I
Let's split up, gang.
think I've had quite enough of this below deck escapades.
I thought you liked being below deck, dick.
Well, good sir, I guess even I can have my fill.
Alrighty,
To the,
you going
to the captain.
Yeah, you're gonna go find the captain.
Yes, I think this would be
Il
the best course of
Capitane.
action. There seems to be a structural fault downstairs. I think the best place for us to be right now would be on the upper decks, away from this, whatever this is. You all saw that too, right? The man in the diving suit?
Yes.
And he just vanished?
It would
Yeah,
appear
he-
so.
Right after I put a whole lot of rock salt in his ass.
Find, take it from someone who's not quite all there. I find it best to just, when things happen and that I don't understand, take myself to a happy place, and that's usually bags, handbags. If you just think about handbags, just all the bad stuff just goes away. So I'm just going to go into my mind palace and think about my handbags and pretend that that never happened. And she'll just pull out her compact, touch up her face, pop on some lipstick, and then head upstairs.
Awesome. As you're heading upstairs, you notice that there is a clock on the wall. You look at it just absent-mindedly, like you usually would, and notice the time to read 10:30.
What was the time at dinner?
The time at dinner was about 7 o'clock.
Is it still smelling putrid?
The scent is kind of dissipating at this point. You can still get that hint like it's stuck there. Garth, you in particular, notice that this scent is kind of strong in your satchel.
I swear it wasn't me.
Well, you did say you ate everything.
I also saved quite a lot. I'll take my bag off. Open it up.
The food in particular is terrible with this stench.
Oh. Oh, what do you keep in there?
I was looking forward to that steak. And now it's all wormy and gross. Throw it out.
Okay. You...
We're being poisoned? The ship's leaking? What is going on? People are missing?
Yes, I think it high time that we seek answers, and the only person who can give us the answers is the captain. I will not stand for this. I was given first-class tickets, and this is not the kind of treatment that I expected. I don't know about the rest of you, but I am going to go find the captain, and I'm going to get the answers that we deserve.
You right. And she just pops her compact back in her bag and she's like, I'm going to tell my father about this, and we'll follow after Dick.
Okay.
It's catching on.
Can everyone make me a spot hidden check, please?
Let's spot that hidden. What did we hide? Let's find out.
Hide and seek. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Where's my
Oh, okay.
spot hidden? There we go. Alright, so I failed with a 34 over 25.
I got a 44 out of 50.
Oh, you succeeded.
24.
Awesome.
Just.
Anyone who succeeded notices tiny little scribblings on the walls as you walk. You can't quite tell if it's ink or if it's been scratched into the paint, but you notice words in a font that's barely readable.
Can we move over to it and get a better look?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is it wingdings? Sorry.
You get down to it and have a better look at it, and you can't help but feel confused with the arrangement of letters. But after staring at it for maybe a minute or so, you manage to make out the words, "He cometh at dawn."
He cometh at dawn.
Now that's just a filthy rumor.
I think it means something different this time, Dick. Just quietly.
Well,
I
I'm
think-
sorry. What? Why'd you say that?
Well, they're saying something about midnight, and then this happens at dawn. Creepy
think-
dealings all over the ship. It's just not adding up, and I think the answer to our questions is either in the captain's cabin or it's in the storage facilities.
Split the party.
I think that is a great idea. No.
No. And did I mention no?
Now hear me out.
Rally us together here, Miss LeBeau.
No. Well, I've had just about enough of people drawing all over my walls, and I'm not going back down in that basement. I don't know about anybody else, but it smelled like real bad. Now the food is smelling real bad. And I'd just like to go see the captain because I have several very diplomatically worded complaints that I would like to make.
I want to make an executive decision as the founder and CEO of Crit and Miss. I want Charlotte LeBeau to be a character in Out of the Abyss. Because I love this accent. It is the best.
It's really not that good, but sure.
It's great.
I'll make it work.
I'm enjoying it. Alrighty, so I guess we have a decision to make. Are we going to go see the captain, or are we going to go downstairs? Or are we going to do the crazy thing and split the party and kill two birds?
Captain.
Kill two players.
Buenos las dos.
Peeper,
Captain.
are we closer to the captain's quarters or cargo hold?
You're in probably the middle deck at the moment. The captain's on the top, the cargo hold's on the bottom. You did go take the stairs down to the cargo hold and it landed you where you were just before. Unable to find the cargo hold.
Well, I say I've had quite enough of being below decks. If that's your idea of a good time, Mr. Hurricane, then I bid you all the best with that, but I am going to find the captain. I am a first-class passenger after all, and I think we deserve slightly better treatment than what we've gotten.
Agree with you, Dick. Let's go.
Onward!
Awesome. You march forward with some confidence in your step,
Tally-ho!
trying to forget the recent moments that you've experienced, and head back towards where you know the captain's cabin to be. You pass Charles, and he shoots you a dirty look.
I'll put the shotgun away.
Yeah.
Back down the front of my pants.
Yeah.
I
Charles.
shoot him an equally dirty look. Like, Charlotte's usually so cute and bubbly, but she just looks at him, like, incredulously.
Me or Charles?
Charles.
Is he going to try and stop us?
Charles does take a step forward as if to stop you.
Not
At
so
this point,
fast,
Richard's
Charlie.
going to step up, grab him by the scruff of his seaman outfit. See how I said that? Seaman. And he's going to press him up against the wall in a show of physical anger that is somewhat uncharacteristic at this point.
Nothing like an angry dick.
Charles gets pushed up against the wall and kind of puts his hands out and says, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? I'm only following orders.
Well, I say, good sir, I am a first-class citizen. I intend to speak to the captain. We were just below deck. We were harangued by staff members. There seems to be an inch of water below deck, and we deserve better treatment than this, good sir. And if you want to step in our way, then I would refer to you to my good friend, Mr. Hurricane.
And I want top billing on the entertainment stand. Seems like a folly request now after all this, but I still want it.
We are going to see the captain, good sir, and you are not going to stand in our way.
I think Mary and Charlotte would have just, while they're gruffing up poor Charlie, we would have gone through the door.
Yeah. Charles kind of, his brow furrows and you can see this look of mild distress on his face before it goes flat. He says, an inch of water? I promise you this boat is squeaky clean. We would not let anything happen to the HMS Charlotte, although it seems the chef has taken some liberties tonight and you're both not feeling quite so well.
And Richard will lift up his dress shoe and the hem of his pants, and I imagine they would probably still be kind of squelchy at this point, and show it to Charles.
Charles looks down and goes, "Oh, see,
And what
I
say
don't
you?
know. I don't know how that happened. Did you maybe forget to take your shoes off in the shower, sir? That's a bit strange. Maybe you have had something wrong to eat."
And what? Do you think I just had a shower with all of my new friends here? And do you think I got completely undressed except for the hem of my pants and my shoes, good sir? What are you talking about? I demand that you go downstairs right now and look for yourself. This ship has a problem. There is water leaking through the bulkheads, and there is paint peeling off of the walls.
Right off the walls, Colin.
Right off the walls. Colin?
It's Charles, but you know what?
What I said.
Yes, sir. I'll go have a look, but you can see the captain, but he's gonna be unwell. So just be gentle with him, and just stay in there until I get back, and I'll tell you what the situation report is.
Richard will sort of let him go and sort of straighten up his collar again. I imagine he's probably wearing one of those stupid little neckties, one of those little white bow things that seamen wear. He'll fix it up for him and sort of pat him on the chest and say, "There now. That wasn't so hard, was it? Apologies, I'm so very sorry. It's these tight quarters, they get to me. Yes, I would highly suggest you just go check for yourself, and we will just let the captain know that there's been some problems, and maybe we can help him with whatever it is that's troubling him. I assure you, we will be gentle."
Thank you, sir. I don't
always
want to
am.
lose my job for letting you in, so I'll be right back. And he scuttles off down the hallway.
We'll see you soon, Carlos.
I believe it was Charles.
I know that.
Oh, right. You're very good. You're just, what do they call that? A joke?
I'll move.
You make your way into the captain's quarters where the two ladies already are, and the sight you see before you is horrendous. The captain is kind of slouched over a chair. You can see there's a bucket in front of him that's filled with some sort of substance you're not quite sure of without further inspection. And the walls are just peeling with paint. That slight smell of putrid water comes back to you again. And you can't help but feel that rocking sensation as if you're about to be sick.
The ladies were there first.
Mm.
So, it's on you.
But is he conscious?
Would you like to go up to him and check?
Yeah.
Okay. You approach the captain and kind of look at his face, kind of push him a little bit, and you can see that there is breath coming out of him. His eyes roll a little bit as you nudge him. He's alive, but definitely seems to be dazed. He's reeling from whatever's happened.
You dead?
I mean, I don't think so. And she just sort of pokes him in his forehead, like, "Wake up! Stop sleeping! You've got to steer the boat." No, I think he's unconscious. Do you know anything about medicine? You know, do you know? I'm not. No, I'm too pretty to know about medicine.
Uh, no, not really.
Um,
I mean, I know a little bit of basic first aid, but
Fix it.
I'm a secretary. All right, well,
Well, that
I'll go
sounds
up to
big and
him and
important.
send him an
I'll go
email.
up to him.
Would you like to try and do some sort of first aid on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, give me a first aid check.
20.
20? Awesome. You kind of sit him upright and check his pupils. You notice they're dilated. He's slowly regaining consciousness from the movement and attention you've given him. You look over at the bucket and notice that it's filled mostly of water with little bits of what you could assume to be vomit.
Does it have that putrid smell as well?
Yeah, it smells so strong from this bucket. And you can sort of see bits of water around the captain's mouth. And it's giving off that same odor.
Lottie sort of leans into Mary and is like, "The captain eats first. Gotta hope this isn't what's in store for us, because I don't think I could handle whatever that is."
I agree. This is just horrible.
We come
What are we to do?
bursting into the room, kicking the door in, guns drawn. We'll see this guy sort of propped up in his bed.
Yeah, he's been propped up in a chair and there's this bucket next to him. And the room is in complete and utter disarray. The paint's peeling, there's that putrid scent in the air. You feel disorientated immediately, and there's just paper and glass all over the place.
My goodness. This room is even in worse disrepair than below decks. What is going on here? What kind of ship is your father running here?
Well, I'd have to ask that for myself.
Are there any
She sort
logs
of
or
turned-
books around here?
Looking through the bits of paper you can see, you see there's a little bit of a log of leaving harbor, a passenger list, those sorts of details. And then as the pages go on, you notice the scrolling gets more disruptive. None of it's easy to read or decipher. It feels strange. It's definitely unsettling to look at.
Wingdings again. Son of a bitch. Alright. I guess the first thing that Mr. Dick Johnson would do is have a look also at the captain, and if he sees there's maybe water around his mouth or something like that, he would probably suppose that maybe he's been the victim of like, I don't know, maybe drowning or something like that. If there's water around his mouth, like maybe he's got or liquid in his lungs or something like that. So he'd probably try and do a medicine or a first aid check or as well, or there's probably not much more we can get from that. But I could give it a go.
If you'd like to, you can go for it.
All right, let's roll some dice. Not great. So I'm assuming first aid, so 61 over 50. So, yeah.
That's a fail.
I've never seen anything like this before, but this can't be simple food poisoning. Look at the state of this room. If this is how he's been staying the entire time, then it's no wonder that he's feeling out of sorts. A captain should not be kept in quarters like this.
If they knew he was this bad and the room was this bad, they'd have the medic up here.
You would think so.
Garth, because you're looking at the books, can you make me an occult check, please?
Yay.
Oh, that is good.
Oh, yes. Come on. What do you got?
That is a good success. I got a 15.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got a 14, which is a good success.
Awesome. You start looking at more of these pages, and you start to notice that some of the words are in Latin. And there's bits and pieces of what you recognize to be semblances of magic. You can't help but furrow your brow as it gets even more complicated, and there's drawings scratched in of shapes that you recognize to be of cultish nature.
I imagine you're probably getting a flashback now. Maybe it's something from your past, Mr.
Yes.
Hurricane.
I flash back to a dusty crossroads, playing my guitar in the windstorms of Tennessee, and summoning up something not so good. Look at my wrist, and I can see similar marks on that. And I look up and I just quietly say, "Everywhere I go." I'll turn around and say, "It wasn't the food. And it probably wasn't bad luck either. We're dealing with demons."
Demons. Good sir, I've seen some quite terrible things in my time, but I've never heard of anything so outlandish as demons before.
He's just going to faint into Mr. Johnson's arms.
He just lets you fall. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Demons? Well, that's a little bit ridiculous, don't you think? I mean, demons, seriously.
Yeah, seriously, like, have you ever heard the tales down in Tupelo? Make a deal at the crossroads and get a wish of your choice, but it comes at a price. You never heard that? Down where you come from, Miss Charlotte?
Well, I mean, who hasn't heard that? But just doesn't. I think there must just be a more logical explanation. I mean, I love magic just as much as the next girl, but we were drugged. I mean, he's probably cooking up some sort of drug thing in their old kitchen, and he just probably got some in our food, which caused us to go a little bit loopy. You know, that stuff. I mean, people are bad. And he probably just mixed his drug cooking with his normal cooking, and it just cooked blah.
And
it just wow.
They drugged the paint on the walls and the glass and the rest of the furniture as well, young miss?
Salt is really, really bad for your skin, so it must be really, really bad for both.
Miss LeBeau, with all due respect, you are the only one here that seems to believe that this is a common coincidence, so perhaps you can humor us for a moment. This book, it has some writings in here that I recognize from my past. Now, that might not be the exact same letters, but Latin is usually used in summoning of the occult. They can come in all sorts of varieties, and the one that I'm dealing with is something I'll have to wear for the rest of my life. I have to watch myself at every turn, but we might have one on this here vessel.
You say?
Oh, yeah. Despite my look and my chosen career path, I'm actually quite an educated man. I know my way around the Lacheron, as they say back in the South.
Well, I have a Catholic upbringing. Allow me to have a look.
Really? You're Catholic?
Well, I wouldn't say that... Well, the apple falls far from the tree sometimes, I suppose. Allow me...
Like, thrown from the tree, like really? Across the county line?
Skull, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sometimes the apple falls from the tree, sometimes it rolls down the hill, sometimes it falls down a cliff onto an apple truck, and that apple truck drives it from one end of the country to the other end of the country, where it falls out from that truck into a river which carries it downstream and out into the greater ocean. Yes, sometimes the apple does fall far from the tree, but I have had a Catholic upbringing, so if you don't mind, may I have a look at that book, good sir?
Actually, my genuine fear of giving things up prevents me from doing so. Once I get something, I must keep it forever. I have a fear of giving things away and throwing them out.
Give it to me. Just give me the book.
I'm afraid I will not be able to do that, sir.
But it's my birthday. No, not really. He'll try and grab the book from him. As Miss LeBeau tried to wrestle the shotgun.
I'm getting flashbacks again.
Mr.
People
Johnson
stealing from me.
will try and wrestle a book. Just give it. You're being ridiculous. Give me the book.
Don't force yourself on me, Dick. I'm a man and I have my choices.
Alrighty, both give me a brawl check. It's in fighting brawl.
Oh, I got a 9, like the number 9.
You ready to get fucked up? You're not going to believe this shit. What do you think I rolled?
I don't know.
2.
Stop!
Which is a critical success.
We both got a critical success.
But mine's better.
Yeah, but he got a 2.
Critical success, critical success.
Okay.
We're just pulling on the book.
Yep. As you tug of war this book, there's a lot of strength going in from both of you, and you can hear the slight sound of ripping of pages.
Just give it to me.
As Lottie hears the book ripping, there's a little bit of physics that goes into this, but she's just literally going to walk up and slap the book out of both of their hands. Because they're sort of both pulling on it, so if she just brings it down, like brings her fist down on the book, I'm hoping the book will just drop to the floor.
I can't give it up.
As
on
you
my
hit
character
this
sheet.
book, you just manage to give it enough force that both halves that they're holding onto split.
Rich
And
goes
out from the
stumbling.
pages drops a letter.
I'll pick up the letter.
Look what
Okay.
you've done now. Are you happy?
Well, yeah, I am. I get to keep this half, and you can keep that half, and since I haven't touched that half, I don't have to keep it. Situation solved.
Well, yes, that does make sense. Perhaps we can do a trade later on.
Absolutely not. I'm keeping this for the rest of my life. I'll put it in my bag.
Okay.
So what's on the letter?
You unfold the letter, and it's a letter written in poor handwriting, just like the rest of the book. But it does say what you can make out is Mr. LeBeau is unaware. his friend sends people also unaware. Those unaware will be made to wait. For midnight bears their fate. And it's just signed off with a fancy signature.
Does it look like the captain's signature?
Looking at some of the other pieces of paper, it doesn't seem to.
Okay. Well, this is accurate. My he's not all there, mostly. But I don't
Sometimes the
know
apple
what...
does fall close to the tree.
I was going to say
Take
the exact
offense to
same
that,
thing.
good sir. The person who fired their gun at the middle of nothing. Anyway, Mary, can you make any sense out of this since you're the only other logical person in this room with me?
Do I discern anything from it?
Give me a shorthand check, because that's your special ability.
What the thing?
Magic.
28.
So success?
Yes,
Yep.
I believe so. Just want to see how close to it. Ooh. Can I spend some luck points and make it a half?
Yep, go for it.
Oh. I spend 8, so that's 62. Yep. So yeah, I'm going to bring that down to 20
Mm-hmm.
for a, is it half? Half success?
Awesome. You take a look at this letter and look at the bits of writing around that's harder to make out. You notice that a lot of it is sort of cryptic in nature. But you notice the words, the sleeper of Rilia will wake at dawn.
The sleeper of
Rilia
Rilia.
will rise at dawn.
And I'll just repeat that out loud.
I'm making a cult check on that.
Go
Dawn?
for it.
Can I make a firearms check on it? Can I shoot it out of that?
I got a 78.
It's a fail.
Yeah.
Those words mean something, but you can't pin your finger on it with the current state of affairs.
I know what that is. That's I lost it.
Did you
It's in
say
there
the
somewhere.
Sleeper of Philia? Philia? Philia?
Rilia.
Philia. It's not a place that I've ever heard of. I've made my way across large swaths of Europe. I've never heard of a place called Philia before. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but I'm sure it must have meant something to the good captain here. He's still out of it?
As you say these words aloud, he kind of jolts awake
Ah!
and immediately leans towards the bucket and starts throwing up more of this rank water.
Richard will make his way over to him and hold his hair back, like a good girlfriend does, and pat him on the back. There. Let it all out. You'll feel right as rain, good sir.
Become more alive, or is he just like relieving himself of sorts and then
He seems more like conscious, but is definitely still reeling with whatever the effects of what's happened to him have been. He's still almost like sickly grey in complexion,
and I'm just gonna
and
ask
this
him,
water just pours out.
who is the sleeper of Rilia?
you watch as even more water spews from his mouth
And
from
what
these words.
has he done with poor Delaney?
After another 30 seconds go on of this constant stream, he just starts spitting up this water, and you can see bits of blood are now mixing with it as he sits back in the chair and just kind of takes a second to breathe before going deathly still
Oh my.
and saying, "The kiss of the sea has come for me."
Yes, I believe you have pneumonia, old chap.
Yeah, we should get a medic. The medic will be able to help you.
Yes,
Kiss of the sea. I don't think no medic's gonna help him, Mary. I think what he needs is a witch doctor.
Oh no, no more witch doctors. I did that and it's not fun. No more witch doctors. There was a whole movie about it and everything. My best friend was a frog. It was not a vibe.
Fourth wall shattered.
So is he pretty much dead?
He's not dead, but his pulse is barely there, and his breathing is labored at best.
This man is in bad sorts. He needs help urgently, perhaps more than what can be afforded to him here, unless there's somewhere that has proper medical facilities aboard this ship.
You know,
which
there is a small a section of the ship that's been outfitted as a kind of a on-the-go hospital / morgue.
Ah, I just remembered. I know there's a small section of the ship that has been outfitted as a small hospital / morgue. I think it would be best if we took the good captain here to
Yes,
get
I
a proper
agree.
checkup. This is beyond me.
I ain't touching no dead body. It ain't my style.
Well, he's not dead quite yet, sir. So, if you don't
He
mind,
close enough.
help me stand this man up.
My stature is quite small, and my strength has been taken from me since I had to wrestle 2 people today for my own possessions.
That book did not belong to you, but
It does now.
well, half
in
of
my
it does.
bag.
The other half belongs to me. Miss LeBeau, Miss Chauncey, perhaps one of you, and he looks pointedly towards you. Whatever. I keep forgetting what your character's name is. Garth. He looks towards you, Garth, pointedly. Perhaps one of you would be so kind as to assist me.
I had already been making my way over to assist.
And Richard will pull one of the captain's arms up over his shoulder and try and help him out of the bed.
When I take the other one.
He's very much a dead weight, but seems to be lighter than the average person. So you can carry him with some strain, but not too much.
Never you mind, good sir. We'll see you. You'll be right as rain by dawn.
We won't. He'll be dead.
Stand aside. This man needs
God,
medical
you
attention.
cannot say that. This is
Don't.
the captain.
Yep, and he won't be by the morning. He'll be dust and ashes. And we'll meet the same fate by midnight if we don't find out what happens here. That's what that letter said, isn't that right, Isn't that right, Mr. LeBeau?
Well, it would seem that's what this letter is implying, but isn't it almost tempting fate saying our friend here is dead? We've obviously got to get him medical attention.
Sure, take him to your doctors if you want to, but I bet you we'll go there and they'll say, "Oh, I have no idea what is happening to this man." And that's when I will tell you once again that this is the work of demons.
Well, if you wish to find yourself a chapel, good sir, then you're more than welcome to do so. But we're going to get this man the medical attention that he needs.
I think maybe the chapel will be the safest place for us by the end of this.
I think you might just be right.
It's okay, if it all turns pear-shaped, then I know exactly what to do.
And what is that?
Oh, little trick I learned down in Mississippi. If you can't beat it, you fix it.
That is the dumbest thing that I've heard so far today. But
I wrote a song about it.
Oh,
It's called Blow.
please, now's not the time. Let's get this man to the medical facilities, he says, straining under his weight.
You
Yeah.
you all push out towards the direction of the medical facilities, which you know to be on the center floor. And as you're going, a familiar face passes you. It's the figure in the diving suit. Just walks straight past you, not even acknowledging your presence.
Must be going to the bathroom.
Looking over your shoulder, he seems to be heading towards the captain's cabin.
Okay. Sure.
You guys keep... I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna go sneak up and follow him while they
I'm
take
gonna
to the medical.
come too.
Okay.
Okay. Both of you can give me a stealth check.
We finally split the party.
Yes. That's what I
A
wanted.
mistake.
Now that I'm alone with Charlotte, I'll pull out my shotgun and... No, I'm joking. I got a 97 on stealth.
Oh shit! You pull out your shotgun and accidentally fire it.
Nah, I pull out my guitar because I need stealth music while I'm going along.
Dun,
Ding,
dun,
ding, ding,
dun,
ding, ding,
dun,
ding,
dun,
ding,
dun, 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 dun.
I failed.
We both failed.
It's the sound of our heels.
Virtual high five.
You both start stealthily making your way over to the captain's cabin again, and this figure does not acknowledge your presence behind it. It walks into the captain's cabin and just stands there staring down at the bucket that was on the floor. And you stand in the doorway staring at this figure, partially mesmerized, when you hear a voice from behind you say, excuse me? Your time with the captain's up?
My God, it's Cleo.
Well, yes, that is true. Our time with the captain is in fact up. Except if you were using your eyes, dear Charles, you would see that the captain isn't actually in there. So I'm going to need you to step off since I've decided that I really do not like you.
What'd you do with the captain? Why isn't he in his room? I told you to be good.
I'm gonna kick the bucket at him and then I'll say, run! Cheese it!
He kind of stutters and just like steps backwards before you watch he just drop onto the deck.
Dead?
You killed him.
You're not quite sure.
I'll stop immediately. I'm too pretty for murder. I can't go to jail. You gotta take the rap for me.
I'm too pretty for murder. I'm not sure if you noticed,
I'll
but
never arrest you.
I wouldn't survive a day in jail. The suits ain't pink. I need my pink.
You're
I don't
only...
look good in orange. Orange
Charlotte,
is not my color.
Charlotte, calm down, okay? Calm down. Look, all you have to do is say that he fell over due to the fact of seeing your beautiful face, and the rest is history, all right? You can do this for me. Do it for your old buddy Gar.
I've tried that once. I don't think it works as well as you think it does. Can I just want to go over and see that he's living.
Over to him and kind of bend down a little bit to get a better look at his face. And you see that his eyes are glazed over, and his body starts to shake violently. His mouth parts as water spills from it. That same putrid scent is all you can smell from this body. And you
Was there
can't
anything
help
in the
but
bucket?
take a step back. In the bucket? Yeah. It spilled everywhere.
So nothing else is in the bucket, just the vomit and water.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
he seems
you're
to-
the demon, dude. Fix it with the demon things that you do.
I
with
don't
the
fix it.
demon.
I interpret it. Look who's starting to be a believer, by the way. Welcome aboard. We have jackets and everything. Anyway, looking at this here fella, I believe that he also has suffered the kiss of the sea.
Well, go on. What does that mean?
Means he's been smooched by the ocean. I don't know. He vomiting salty brine. It means that there is some sort of unruly spirit on this vessel that needs to be put to rest, and they probably drowned at sea.
I don't want that. I just came here to smash a bottle on a boat, and now I'm stuck here, and I don't like you, and that the only tolerable person here is Mary. And I just want to go back to my room and read my books. And now I'm stuck here on a boat with you and a dead person.
Well, I think that it is pretty unbecoming of you to complain about your current situation when there is a man at your feet who is passed on.
Yeah, I acknowledged. I said he was dead. I gave
Yeah.
him. He was in the credits.
Can I open his shirt? Is there any like cultish marks on his body or anything?
Sure. You open up his shirt and notice that it is that sickly grey coloration. He looks slightly bloated. But other than that, he looks perfectly normal. You see, however, a piece of paper that's tucked into his waistband.
Slowly reach for it, slowly and dramatically.
I'll reach for it and unfold it with shaking hands. And now that I've got it, it's mine. Forever.
Richard comes running down the hallway and snatches it from his hands.
Yoink! I'm Yeah, I get a piece of paper.
You look at this piece of paper, and it's scrawled with the words, "They've come for Dorothy. The lifeboat is gone."
Says they came for Darla, the lifeboat is gone.
$1? Well, I have $1. If $1 is all it's gonna take to fix this, I can definitely throw money at the problem.
Yeah, I think that they're asking for the money to be put in this here bag.
Oh, that's slick. That's real slick. Oh,
Or-
oh, you mean Dorothy? Oh,
That's what I said.
Friend, ain't it?
That's
no,
what
you
I
said
said.
dollar, like dollar.
We can
like-
play this game all day, but that is what I said.
Sure, you did. And
If I press his belly, does more water come out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Hey, look, Charlotte, he's a fountain.
he does squirting and everything. Okay, focus, small minds. Okay, where did you say they were going again?
They're going to the medical facilities, and the lifeboat seems to have been gone. Maybe there's some clues to the lifeboat.
Well,
Maybe
let's
that's where
go
Dorothy's
check out the
gone.
lifeboat.
That's a great
To
idea.
the lifeboat.
Ding, 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 ding.
Much
That was-
further
that
than
was-
the medic, do we know?
You're probably at this point like just down the hallway from it. You can see the door with the massive red cross on it, signifying that this is the hospital bay.
Well, I pick up the pace a bit and hurry to the door.
Awesome. You hurry to the door. Do you want to knock on it or just open it?
Just open it.
Awesome. You just swing the door open and rush him inside, drop him down on one of the beds, and look around for any attendants and notice that this room is completely empty bar the medical equipment.
Hello? Hello? We need emergency help here. Where's the medic? Where's a doctor?
You call out and hear no response for a good minute or two before you see a figure come running down the hallway saying, I'm dreadfully sorry, I just had to drop out for a minute. We've got a bit of an issue down at one of the cabins. What can I help you with?
The captain, he's definitely ill. He's been throwing up water, putrid water. Clearly something has gone awry in the kitchen. Can you please help him?
Yes, I believe he has pneumonia.
She pops her head in and has a look at the body. Goes, the captain, you say?
Yes.
Well, that's not the captain.
Dum,
What do you
dum,
mean?
dum.
But he was in the captain's quarters. Someone was not letting us into his room.
Someone wasn't letting you into his room?
Yes.
I mean, I have heard the captain's been a little poorly, but we've been giving him all the medicine he requires.
Yes, what are you talking about? This is the captain. Charles said that this was the captain. This is the captain.
This is the captain. I'm dreadfully sorry to give you the news, but this isn't the captain. This is... I believe this was a passenger who came in yesterday. He was reporting visions?
Oh, well, this is rather embarrassing. I thought this man was the captain. It appears we have been mistaken, but regardless, this man is in quite bad shape and needs urgent medical attention. He was just
yes.
vomiting blood, good sir. So if you don't mind...
I'll do my best. I can guarantee that this man might have a 60% chance of survival. I mean, it's definitely better than what he would have if you'd let him stay there. So,
Well,
thank you for that.
I mean, I thank you for your honesty. I'm not entirely sure where you did your medical training, but generally speaking, reassurance is the second step. Never mind. Let's please, Miss Chauncey, help me get this man to one of these beds.
Where did you see the captain last? Where did you treat him?
Last I saw him, the captain was... well, he was at dinner. He ate some of the food and then kind of made his way out and came to see me. And then I figured once he'd had a little bit of water and some medication, he'd gone back.
Right.
After eating the
Things are
food,
just
you
not
say?
adding up.
Yes. At least he told me he ate the food.
But, well, I'm sure the captain gets served at a different table than the rest of us, but I believe we all ate from the same food, and I'm no medical doctor, but I don't believe that this is simple food poisoning. The man was vomiting blood earlier.
And all that
Right.
putrid seawater.
Yes, that has been catching, hasn't it? Well, I'll definitely take care of this man, and if you see the captain at all, maybe inform him that this man was in his quarters.
Yes, we will.
Is this a man or a woman that we're talking to?
It's a woman.
It's a woman. Young miss, might I have your name?
Oh, most people here just call me Betty.
Betty. Yes, of course. Nurse Betty. I believe we might be at the beginning of a quite a serious problem here. If the captain is suffering from some type of illness, or this man, whoever he may be, is suffering from some type of illness, then it might quickly spread amongst the rest of the passengers. I can't tell you what to do, but if I were you, I would be preparing for a very busy evening.
Oh, definitely. I'll have to get some assistance here. I'm sure some of the staff wouldn't mind helping me out.
Oh, of course. Now, you said that this man was not the captain, that he arrived earlier, is that correct?
Yes, no, the captain's maybe a bit taller than this man, and definitely not as I guess what's the right word? Maybe drowned looking. He was much more lively when I saw him. But yes, a bit taller, a blonde man. He has this sort of fascination with I guess the deep sea.
We're looking for a man who looks less drowned than this. Well, that's
Yes.
that's great. That really narrows it down. Someone less drowned than this particular gentleman. Fantastic. But who is this then? If this is not the captain, we found him in the captain's quarters. If you don't mind my asking.
Oh, this man, let me just look at my registry, and she goes over to some papers on a table, and flicks through and says, yes, this man was a Charles Roberts. Yes, he came in all sorts of distress. He was talking about seeing some figure in a suit.
A diving
And-
suit.
Yes, a diving suit. And was complaining about a kiss of the sea. I'm not quite sure what any of it really means. I think he's just had a bit of a bad time. Been a bit unlucky on the water.
Is that your professional medical what's the right word here? Yes, whatever it is.
Well, all of my trainings really come from the war, so I'm used to seeing people with, delusions, one might say.
Well, yes. That's
Mr. Johnson,
I understand.
I'm going to stay here and assist the nurse. If anyone else comes in, I'm going to keep an eye out, especially if the captain. Do you want to go catch up with the others and let them know what we've found out?
Of course. Yes. He's maybe at this point he's somewhat flustered. So he'll look towards you, Mary, and say, yes, of course. This is all very strange going on, but I'm sure there's some type of rational explanation for this all. Yes, I'll find the others. Of course. Will you be okay on your own?
I will be fine.
Very well.
I'll be safe here with Betty. We're gonna just keep an eye out for anyone else who comes in with any of these strange delusions.
Of course. And Richard will leave and turn back towards the way that he came from.
The other two, you guys are on the deck of the ship, looking overboard at the lifeboats, which you know to be strapped to the side. And you notice that in one spot where there should be a lifeboat, there is one missing.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there's definitely one missing. But before we get to that, hey Charlotte, why don't you stand behind me while I go over to this rail over here?
No.
This is gonna be big later on. You don't want to be the first ones to do it.
That's a hard pass.
And
that
I will always
That's the
love
bodyguard.
you. Sorry.
That's the bodyguard. That's the wrong movie.
Oh, right. Same thing, right?
No. Way off.
I'm flying, Charlotte. I'm flying. But
You're
anyway,
about to be flying, because I'm gonna push you off the ship if you don't pay attention.
that's how
Anyway.
they all start out.
I
Let's
guess
look for the
can I
missing
just
one.
Yeah, can I just have a look into the ocean to see if I can see anything?
Give me spot hidden check.
Can I go look to where the boat was and see if there's any like push or drag marks that indicate the boat had been moved without it's supposed to be being moved?
Yeah, give me a spot hidden check as well.
65.
99.
So definitely not.
You're both looking out and can't really seem to see anything due to the dimness of the light, perhaps. You're maybe just not looking hard enough as well.
I'll elbow Charlotte and be like, Charlotte, look, that seagull's only got one leg.
Well, ain't that just the funniest? We're supposed to be looking. Maybe,
Oh, right.
maybe we switch spots, and you go look at what I was looking at, and then I'll go look at what you're looking at, and then maybe for some reason that Grace can logic, we can just re-roll the check by going to look at the opposite.
That's
thing we
really
were
gaming the
supposed to
system. And then you'll grab a random passerby and go, can you have a look at this real quick? And you'll get them to roll the dice as well.
We'll just keep going. So what was it you were looking at so I can also look at it and maybe roll better than you?
I was just looking to see if any of these here ropes had been cut, or if the boat had been dragged across the deck and thrown over to the water, or if our person that stole poor Dorothy had left anything behind.
Well, let's have a look-see, shall we? No,
Roll me-
definitely not. I got
Yeah.
100. I'm not seeing jack shit. Okay, then. I'm just
You're-
gonna cry.
You kind of like look overboard down at the water, and you can feel yourself starting to lose balance. So you kind of just grip onto the railing and just manage to catch yourself.
Can I see if there's any tracks around instead?
Yeah, go for it. Roll me a track check.
Some random passerby does one of those "don't fall" things
Yeah.
to her.
I got a 37, which is just a success.
Awesome. Looking down, you notice those same footprints as earlier, heading towards the direction of where this missing lifeboat is. So there's some inclination in your brain that maybe this suit figure might have some role to play.
The demon of the seas has been on this deck here, Charlotte. Can smell it. But I can also see the footprints right there.
These the ones from the lower deck before.
Yeah, the ones I pointed out to you that you didn't believe existed, those very same ones. The ones that belong to the spiritual gentleman in the suit of walking armor. The one that was a deep sea diver. You know, that one that you also didn't believe existed. But now you do.
No more ghosts. I'm done with this whole ghost thing. It's hurting my brain. Why can't people just stay dead? I guess we better find everyone else and tell them.
What sorts of things are your daddy into? Because this boat here isn't a safe place to be. It seems like something spiritual is tracking down some people on a list of some kind of his. He went to search for some people. He said they'll arrive. The note in Latin, it said that at midnight they'll get there. Something along those lines.
I know nothing. As I keep telling every single person that asks me, I just turned up to smash the goddamn champagne bottle on the fucking ship. And now I'm here.
You gotta know something about your daddy. What's he got? Is he got his finger in lots of different pies, and are those pies like festering, or are they all above the table? From my experience, a lot of rich people don't get that way in an honest fashion, if you know what I mean.
Can I roll a check, but just to see if just to see if she remembers anything? Because overall, she's got a very good opinion of her father. So.
Sure. Give me either a history check or an education check.
Okay, go education, because I'm really good at that. Okay, I got a 21, so that's less, so it's a half.
Awesome. You know that when you were a lot younger, your father had some dealings with a not very good crowd. And then more recently has made preparations towards a bit of bootlegging.
Oh no. That's literally the worst thing.
Yes. Well,
how dare he?
I mean, he's been peddling alcohol, if that's what you're insinuating.
How dare he, what a dastardly man to deliver such sweet, sweet nectar to the people of the Americas. He needs to be arrested immediately. I'm just kidding, that sounds like I've done that myself a couple of times in my guitar case, but I wasn't very successful because by the time I got to the people I had to give them to, I had to keep them. Never give anything up. So I still got them in my case right now. Anyway, you were saying something about finding some people.
Oh, we just lost our keeper, which is going to be a bit of a problem.
She was done.
Yeah.
She's just like, I can't take you people anymore.
Yeah, she's like, I'm sick of all the dick jokes and...
Yeah, one innuendo too many.
One innuendo.
Like,
Hey, only if I'm getting paid. Like
First one's free.
If you're good at something, don't do it unless you're getting paid. No. Welcome back!
No more.
I'm back. Sorry. Discord crashed on me.
That's right.
Okay.
That is
okay.
You
went here for it, but we just solved the mystery, and we would have got away with it too if it wasn't for rascally kids.
We demasked the diving suit guy. It turns out it was the captain all along. So.
No.
Oh wow!
It was Old Man Henderson.
Yeah. Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
And we drive our van off the boat straight into the water.
Oh no.
Okay. What are we doing? Where we're up to?
Oh,
What's
Oh.
the vibe?
I think we're going back to find everybody.
about that much through my bottle of wine.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
I'm
Unless there's any clues here that we missed, Ali.
at. Whew.
I would say not, because you failed the check several times.
Okay. So there are no clues here for us to
Wait,
find.
is
Yeah.
there anyone up on the deck? Is
Well,
there
I mean,
anyone
I
up on
went
the
to go
deck?
look for you guys, but
Yes.
you guys headed off towards the lifeboats, and I didn't know that you did. So I imagine I just rock up back to the captain's quarters, and I find a dead guy lying on the ground. A dead
Yeah, the
child.
guy that
Yes.
Charlotte killed.
You find what you know to be Charles on the floor.
Ah!
Charles in the captain's quarters with the bucket.
I immediately look him over, looking for signs of a shotgun blast.
You look him over, and you don't seem to see anything other than the fact that his body is in a similar state as the guy who's in the medic wing, who's been referred to as Charles.
Charles.
Shit. Crap. Shit. Oh, by the gods, what do I do? What do I do? I didn't really like this guy, but I guess I have to help him. I try and fireman carry this guy over to the medical bay.
Okay, what's your strength score?
My strength score is a 20.
Oh, I see. Let me look at what that score equates to.
I'm a 13-year-old child.
It's dragging
Um,
the leg down the hallway.
Yeah, pretty much. You find that you aren't able to lift the weight fully, but you might be able to drag the weight.
He tries to lift him, but he can't. You hear like Yu's back crack as he tries to lift him, and he drops the guy back down on his ground. He crawls over on all fours, slaps him in the face. Charles, Charles. No response. I'm imagining. Dead. He's panicking now, somewhat, having found a dead body. On all fours, just looks up, looks around, doesn't see anyone around.
Nope, no one there.
Okay. Centers himself. Thinks about being back on the front lines, or the dead bodies that he saw there. Oh, what would Richard do? What would Richard do?
Can you make
himself.
me a sanity check, please?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Would love to. So that'll be just be the sanity score, so not my current sanity, correct?
It's your current sanity.
Oh, my current sanity? 43.
Yep. 43.
No, sorry, I got a 64 over 43, which is a fail.
Okay, it's failure. You'll take one more point of sanity damage.
1 point of sanity damage. Alright, let's take one off of that.
And
42.
Yep. You steady yourself and close your eyes, and you can hear that gargled sound of the voice saying, "Follow me," again.
Ah. Just in my head, no direction.
No direction.
He stands up, grabs the body by the ankle, and tries to drag dead Charles into the captain's quarters.
Yep. Without too much trouble, you manage to drag him across the hall.
I imagine it takes a good hour and a half to drag him in there with a 20 strength.
It takes you like a good 5 minutes, but you get
Good
there.
5 minutes. he drags the body into the captain's quarters, and he looks around the captain's quarters, seeing if there's any way that he can secure it, maybe? Keys?
Looking through papers, you don't seem to see anything that could, I guess, lock the door like a key, but you do find some, I guess, wood and chains that you could use to potentially bar the door closed.
Yeah, I kind of wanna get out of the room and close it from the outside and secure it, but that's probably not going to be an option.
You could do it, but it might take some time.
Alright, he's going to do it.
Okay. You start working away at it. You feel like to get it secure enough that it can't just be easily opened, it might take you 10-20 minutes.
Alright. If there doesn't look like there's anyone around, and we've been mostly, like the halls have been mostly empty except for Charles himself, so he's going to take a little bit of time to try and hide the body in the captain's quarters and lock it, because he's panicking.
Yep.
And doesn't really know what to do at this point.
Yep.
Just become an accessory of my murder. We're going in together, Dick.
Alright. I'm looking forward to when we go down those staircases, shotgun and revolver in hand.
Oh no, this is like a bad Charlie's Angels.
We've all got guns,
It
so we can
really
totally
is.
do that.
Mm.
Alright,
Alrighty,
that's
where
what he's
you
doing for the
heading
next
to?
15 minutes.
Yes. The other two on deck, are you heading to the medical wing, or where you
Yeah.
at?
I'd
Yep.
say so.
Yep. Awesome. You make it there and meet back up with Mary, who has been with Betty tending to this man. This man seems stable, but his condition is slowly deteriorating.
The captain don't look any different from when we left him. What kind of doctor are you?
It's
Uh,
Captain.
What?
No. The nurse here said she was tending to him. This gentleman by the name of Charles. Yesterday.
This man's name is Charles.
Yes.
The man I killed, his name is Charles. I mean, the guy in the captain's quarters' name was Charles too. They're both named Charles. Maybe this demon's attacking people whose name is Charles.
I mean, or perhaps, I mean, just as maybe the one you killed, maybe he was the captain.
No, he was a god. Anyway, look, I gotta go take care of something. I gotta go shit. I'll leave and I'll go to the captain's quarters.
You go to the captain's quarters to find Richard
Shoving a
attempting to
dead
bar
body
it.
in the cup.
Ah! Oh,
I'll
it's
fold
you.
my arms. Well, if it isn't Dick trying to hide something.
There's nothing to see here.
A secret Dick.
Have you never seen a dick trying to shove something in somewhere? I'm really grasping for straws here.
That wasn't too bad. Look, somebody maliciously murdered this man with a bucket, and it definitely wasn't me. But there is a lifeboat missing.
Inside
And-
check.
Oh,
give
bro, you
me-
can't do that.
You can give me a psychology check if you'd like.
Can I? What do I do? Lie?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be a fast talk check, but it'd be very hard.
Okay.
Since I was following along behind him, because we had the conversation about the dead body and then he ran off. Can I say, oh no, he definitely killed him. It was 100% totally his fault and not my fault at all. It was all him.
I'd believe that.
Killed
I
this
think you
gentleman?
guys are just. I think you guys are just having it out against me because you don't like jazz. I heard you talking before. But I think we're getting off track here, okay? Let's compile our clues together. Because there's still a young lady missing by the name of Dolores. There is a lifeboat gone. There's some Latin in a book. There's 2 dead bodies, both by the name of Charles. And somebody tell me why the heck there is a man in a diving suit above the fucking water that keeps disappearing whenever we want them to? Not to mention the slippery footprints everywhere. I'm starting to get a picture of this here mystery, and the picture's looking very fuzzy. So, I'd really like to see what your thoughts are, and tell me if I've missed anything.
Some of the men, they used to talk. They used to talk about seeing things in the no man's land, in between the trenches, when the moon was highest, of figures who would walk across the battlefield and the carnage, and the light would pass right through them. I may have had a Catholic upbringing, but now I think maybe there was more to the stories than I gave credit to.
Growing up in Tupelo, there ain't no much to eat over there, so I was a short, knobbly little boy. I grew up, I had my guitar, played as much as I could, but I was never any good. I didn't have the strength in my arms. I see similar things to this that you talk about there, Dick. You think of ways to get through, eventually. Through the power of reading, I found out about a fella at the crossroads who could help me out. He did what these things do, what you say your trench memories fade in the moonlight, can't really see them properly, there and then they're not there. Wished as hard as I could for what I wanted, and then the next day I got it. But I've been haunted ever since. I think these men are experiencing something from the past. Possibly paying for some sins of somebody else. The brine in their stomachs, maybe that indicates that somebody is angry that they drown. They're taking their revenge out on these people. And maybe the person that killed him's name was Charles, and that's why everybody whose name is Charles is dying. I don't know. But I think that...
I mean, from what I read, like, maybe they were involved in the death. I mean, he's wearing a diving suit. Maybe they were supposed to bring him back up, and they just forgot and left him down there.
I don't think you can forget somebody's down under the water. There's a whole lot of apparatus and teams that go into diving.
I mean, I forgot to feed my pony for a week once. It died.
Wow.
There's a... Oh, I'm sure your father just went and bought you a new one.
Not a puppy. I got a puppy instead.
Well,
The pup is still alive. I managed to feed the puppy.
I wasn't going to ask. The point I'm trying to say is perhaps we can suspend some disbelief while we investigate this here tragedy. And once we do, perhaps we can use this as leverage to satiate our own woes, so to speak, with the netherworld, for those that have some. I said at the start I had some debts to pay that goes beyond gold and jewels and dollars, but I also want to find out what happened to that young girl. I want to know what happens to these people, because it seems like the deal they made, they ain't so good off. What I'm saying is, I don't want to end up like that. There's got to be a way.
Richard puts a hand on his chest. He sort of fingers something that's hanging around his neck. And he looks towards you, Garth, and he says, "Yes, I think a lot of us have debts to pay. Things that we keep to ourselves. Things that, well, the bill always comes due eventually. But I think you're right. If we can at least help this young lady, if we can find her, then perhaps I can pay my debts." He looks towards you and he says, "It seems to me that whatever is the origin of this malady that is afflicting everyone aboard this ship, it originates from below deck, where we first saw that apparition, this vision. It bid us to follow. Perhaps we should do just that."
Let's go.
Tally ho, good sir.
Yeah.
And it is now 11:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking that
It's a good spot to wrap up.
might be a good time to call it a night. What do you guys reckon?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that was a really good story.
I loved it.
Thank you.
Amazing. This is my first time playing Call of Cthulhu for anyone that's watching, and why have I not done it earlier? This is so much fun.
Yeah, I'm loving the way, you know, your dice rolls are affected. So trying to roll lower than your score, and yeah, it's great.
I like, yeah, it's like an interesting system, like the D100 system, but it's really like it's more comprehensive as far as like knowledge and skills are concerned, as opposed to like D&D. So you got things like Cthulhu Mythos, Disguise, Dodge, Fast Talk, all that kind of stuff. I'm really enjoying it, and what does everyone think? Grace, thoughts? What do you got?
Pretty good. I mean, this is my second time playing Call of Cthulhu, and yeah, I just think it's such a cool system. I mean, I feel like, as opposed to D&D, I feel like it's a bit more balanced, I guess. Well, less, I mean, like, there's just more categories of things that you can do. So, like, as Ali was saying, there's a distinction between fast talk and persuade. So, like, persuade is you taking a while to generally persuade, and then fast talk is, you know, like, persuading someone quickly. But I also like just being able to do anything. Like, if you can justify it, then, like, you know, it's cool to be able to especially with Charlotte being able to just money bags over here, like just being able to have anything, I feel like is like a cool sort of vibe.
Yeah, it's nice that it's not so much like you have an inventory and the things that are in your inventory you're sort of stuck with. You can sort of it allows for a little bit more creativity where you can say like, I pull out my Rolls Royce or something like that, and it's like, well, would I have that? Oh, let's have a look at your credit score rating. Oh, yes, you can have that. Or no, you probably wouldn't have that. It allows for a little bit more creativity, and I want to explore that a little bit more. Like I said, this is my first time playing, so I'm a little bit unsure about what I can and what I cannot do. So I'm taking a little bit from everyone else. Your thoughts, Becky?
Yeah, completely agree. You know, so many times I just wanted to go like, oh, I want to roll a perception check. I'm like, no, that's not how it plays. You know, you can't just roll and like be like, oh, did I see this or did I see that? It's like, no, you've got to just go with what you can do.
So different. It's so different. And I think the one person who takes the most advantage of the system, Valiant. I feel like the captain of the Reckless and good old Garth have a lot in common.
Yeah, they're both arrogant as fuck.
Amazing.
And they shouldn't be. But I really, really like the fact that this Cthulhu system allows you to put like 300 or whatever you roll points into all these different skills, and there's so many different skills, and me, like, I smashed like 75 of those points into my guitar skill, and I'm yet to use it. I can't wait.
Oh, we're gonna make it happen, buddy. There's gonna be a
No,
point.
it's great. It's so good. Like, as I was saying, when I played Call of Cthulhu at the Tabletop Guild, I played a horse girl, and it was like World War II, and her entire thing was just that she was a horse girl, and then the DM took my horse away from me. And so for like a large portion of the campaign, I was a horse girl without a horse. So you put all of these points into something, and then it's just like,
Yeah.
they take it away from you.
Well, it is Cthulhu, and that would have given your character a whole bunch of trauma. So you would have got to. Maybe you also had a fear of having things and then them being taken off of you.
You also
No,
gotta
she
be
had-
kind to said DM. It's his birthday in 26 minutes.
This is true.
Whose
he did
birthday?
give the horse back. He
My
gave it back.
partner's birthday in
Oh,
26 minutes.
happy birthday to you in 26 minutes.
Yay!
He's probably watching.
So if anyone that's watching, if you are situated in Townsville or in the surrounding areas, make sure you look up the Townsville Tabletop Guild, of which our keeper is El Presidente. Do I have the pronunciation of that correct?
Yes, Madam President.
Madam President, it's an honour to have you on board. So if you've watched this stream, if you want to play a little bit of Call of Cthulhu, if you want to play some Star Wars 5e, if you want to play Dungeons and Dragons, if you want to play what's the other one? Vampire the Masquerade. If you want to play board games, they do that on a Wednesday as well. Make sure you check out the Townsville Tabletop Guild for all your tabletop role playing and board gaming needs, because they're absolutely amazing. And can I be the first person to say thank you very much for running that for us tonight, and I am looking forward to the next episode in a fortnight.
Yes. In
Yeah,
a
thanks,
fortnight.
Ali. Appreciate
Very
it.
much. Let me
Thank
just
you.
double check what a fortnight is from now, because as always, I am completely unprepared for everything, because I am a professional. It's what I do.
The 26th.
Yes, I'll just go. That sounds right to me. So
Yeah.
make sure you join us on the 26th of whatever month it is at the moment, August, the 26th of August, for episode 2 of Shadows of Despair, our Call of Cthulhu limited series adventure, featuring all these beautiful people that you see around you, run by Keeper Alicia from the Townsville Tabletop Guild. And this Thursday, and every Thursday for that matter, make sure you join both Valiant and I for the Wasonia Files. Hand it over to you, man.
Yeah, well, Sony Files happens on Thursday. It's our stream that we team up on with Crit and Miss and Valiant Odyssey. And we go back to school, and I'm the DM, and Sven is the student, and with a
MVP.
whole bunch of other party members there, and they're finding a mysterious, they're trying to solve a mystery, basically, of the death of two young people there. So, yeah.
And if they're bored in the meantime, what else you got coming up?
In the meantime, we have Wednesday's module run, which is us going through Lost Mines of Fendelva, but it's kind of like Lost Mines of Fendelva, but it's not really Lost Mines of Fendelva because, I read half the book and that's how I do it. But so there's that on Wednesdays, and then our podcast episodes come out on Mondays. So you can find that anywhere you find good podcasts. It's a D&D fantasy podcast, and it's awesome.
Amazing.
Well, I think so anyway.
Well, I got to agree. I think it's pretty amazing too. And I do enjoy myself a good bit of Valiant Odyssey podcast. So make sure you check them out. Rate, review, follow them on Twitch, on what's it called? That one that all the kids do, Instagram. That's it. Make sure you follow them on Instagram to keep up to date with all the news of the Valiant Odyssey. Grace, what do you got coming up?
Exams!
Hey, exams!
Yay!
Make sure you follow Grace at graceiamawesome.com for all the updates of Grace's exams. No?
No, I have Out of the Abyss coming up. Very exciting. We shall see if Thrash and company make it out of... Oh, wait, no, we did make it out of the cave. What am I doing? Oh, my God. Yeah, we'll see what Mystery Magic Man has in store, because in last session, spoilers, random magic dude popped out of nowhere, and then he swore, and then that's where it ended. I don't really know what's happening. And then we see, as me and the rest of the party try and figure out what... and why we have to roll a Constitution save. It's been bugging me for like days, and
Funny
I'm trying to
that.
figure it out.
So we got some.
I should say that.
We've got some fun things going on. Of course, here at Crit and Miss, we run our regular bi-weekly campaign, Out of the Abyss, the official Dungeons and Dragons campaign module, formerly known as Rage of Demons. We run that every second week on a Friday night. So this coming week on Friday at 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be running the next episode of Out of the Abyss. Grace plays Thrash the Troublesome, the Tabaxi barbarian. And it's a lot of fun. We've got a brand new overlay layout, which we're going to be debuting for the next episode, as well as some new... Well, we got some new things coming up. You're just going to have to join us for that one. I did another episode of Critical Conversations last night. I haven't got around to announcing the winner of the giveaway that we're doing for that. So stick with us. I'll be announcing that on Facebook as well as Instagram, as well as, well, everywhere else where you find Crit and Miss. Becky, what do you got coming up?
Haven't got any other streams coming up. I'm still working very hard on being a mother, and just looking into what it takes to build myself up in the D&D community.
Well, welcome to the Critverse. You are it's amazing to have you on board. You are a phenomenal role player. Make sure you keep up with the Discord, because we're always planning new games. Of course, Mark runs Tales from the Rogueslight Tavern, which we do every fortnight as well. So put your hands up for one of those. They're a lot of fun. They're DM'd by Mark Hillman, who's another player on Out of the Abyss. And if you ever see anything, just put your hand up, because I would love to have you on board. You're
thank you.
You're awesome.
Yeah, because I'm not in Townsville like the rest of you. I'm from the Hunter Valley, so if anyone who's watching lives in the Hunter Valley as well, and would like to hit me up and, just do any role-playing dice games, and I'm happy to help out.
Amazing. Awesome. we got one last skull, ladies and gentlemen. So I will say to you, Prost, as they say in Holland. And on that note, good night. Thank you for joining us for episode 1 of Shadows of Despair. Make sure you join us again in a fortnight from now for episode 2. Find out what's going on aboard the HMS Charlotte. Good night, everybody.